Hello lads and lassies, and welcome back to my channel. It is me, Mr. Mayhem. So today I am bringing you probably my longest video to date. And I'll be honest, I was going back and forth between doing this and not doing this because it is going to take ages. And by the time you can probably tell why, and the runtime you can probably tell why. And this is going to be my entire Blu-ray collection. Just a couple of things to preface first. This will not include my Blu-ray steelbooks, my 4Ks, or no, I think that's it. I think that's pretty much it. But this will cover the numbers A to Z and my TV stuff, and I also have a separate section in my collection for horror, so that'll be its own section as well. But I just want to say that I'm going to try my best to put all these in alphabetical order. I've run out of space to store stuff properly, so it's kind of jumbled up. So I'm going to try and do this in alphabetical order as best as I can. These sections should all be in like numbers A, B, C, and D, but it won't be like A, or A, B, A, C, A, D like that. It'll just be A and then a mix of shit in there. And most likely, as I said before in the 4K collection video, if that shit is... what's the word? If that shit is missing, if there's something missing that you're like, oh, why hasn't it got that, then it'll most likely be in there if I like it or if I don't. So check out that if there's stuff missing, because most of the stuff I have in 4K now I've traded in the standard Blu-ray. So I'm also not going to be editing a lot of this because this is going to be a long thing. Like, I've got the house to myself today, so I'm going to be filming quite a lot of videos while I can just sort of not worry about audio. Speaking of audio, I'm using my Rode video mic, so if you hear any background noise in like cars, I apologise for that. But the lavalier will just take too long to set up and won't last nearly as long as I need to go for. But yeah, this is a video that when I was first making my channel, I was thinking, this is the kind of shit I like to watch, and I want to do that myself. And I did my 4K collection the other day, and I was like, fucking hell, do I actually want to do my Blu-ray collection? But I will. And I remember watching quite a few videos that are like, oh, my entire Blu-ray collection, and then at the start they preface, oh, I won't be speaking about every single one in depth, but because it would just take too long. And I was like, oh, come on. No, I understand it now, because it is genuinely going to take ages, but I really hope you do enjoy this, because this is going to take me a long time. But that's the thing, I want to do this, so I don't mind. But yeah, if you do enjoy this, remember to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more. I'm going to do chapters for this because this will be long, and I won't be able to skip to something to see if I have something. And I won't talk about everything in depth unless there's a story behind how I got it, or if I like it a lot and it means that... yeah, I'm probably going to skip through a lot of them, but some of them I will talk about in depth. I'm going to do the horror section now, so this will be vaguely A to Z. Just do it. 28 days and 28 weeks later. Oh, fucking hell, excuse me. 28 days and 28 weeks later. 28 days. They're both great films, but the transfer for 28 days is terrible. But that's not anyone's fault. That's just the way the film was shot, and there's nothing anyone can do about that. So, a shame that such a great film has to be relegated to looking like crap for the rest of its existence. But at least it's there. Yeah, like that. Yeah. That's the E's. Apologies. Next up, we have the Alien Anthology. This is just a normal blue box. Alien 1, classic, as I said in my 4K video. Aliens is classic as well. Alien 3 is... it's not great. And Alien 4 is trash. Yeah. One of the first Blu-ray sets I bought. Prometheus. Prometheus. I have grown to quite like this film. It's not amazing, but I think there's still value to it. Alien Covenant. I really liked this film when it came out, and to be honest, I still do. I think it's the best Alien film we've had since Aliens, and yeah, really like that. Candyman. This does nothing for me. I respect it, but it does nothing for me. If you love it, that's great. Candyman, Farewell to the Flesh. Again, does nothing for me. I think it's worse than the first one, and I'd heard really good things about this, but again, doesn't do anything for me. But if you love it, that's good. That's great. Candyman remake. I really like this film. I have the 4K, but yeah, really like this film. I think it's better than the original personally, but that's just my opinion. Yeah. The Chucky 7 movie set. I love these films. I think they're absolutely hilarious. There's not a bad one in here. Yeah, I think they're just absolutely fantastic slasher films and just a lovely little set. Child's Play, the remake. I actually really enjoyed this. Saw this in the theater. I think Mark Hamill's a really good replacement for Chucky. Obviously not as great as Brad Dourif, but still really good and way better than I thought it would be. First Conjuring. Love this film to bits. It's absolutely fantastic. Watched it many times. Absolutely brilliant. That stack just fell over. I have The Conjuring 2 on Steelbook. Check out my Steelbook, my Blu-ray Steelbook video if you want to see that. Annabelle, boring but inoffensive. Annabelle Creation, actually really good and the best spin-off we've had. And Annabelle Comes Home. I saw this twice in the cinema. It's better than Annabelle, but it's the best spin-off apart from Creation, but even then, just kind of meh. The Nun, saw this in cinemas. La Llorona, fucking trash. Dead Snow, I've seen this once, can't remember much of it, but I did remember liking it. Dead Snow 2, I've not seen this yet, but I want to watch it at some point. Don't Breathe 2, I have the first Don't Breathe, I love that film. This film was fine. I didn't see it in cinemas, I saw Don't Breathe in cinemas, but this was just a bit... Turning him into a bit of an anti-hero was still weird, I don't like it. It's not awful, but it's not great. The Exorcist, classic. The Exorcist 3, way better than it should be. Absolutely brilliant, and I've got the slipcover, which is quite rare, apparently. Evil Dead trilogy. This trilogy gets better as it goes on. Army of Darkness is my favourite. The Evil Dead 1 doesn't really do much for me, and Evil Dead 2 is better, but I love Army of Darkness. Evil Dead remake, I actually really like this one. I'm really excited for Evil Dead Rise next year. The Friday the 13th 8 movie collection. When this came out, I was ecstatic. When I saw it was up pre-order, I was ecstatic. And I'm really happy I was able to pick this up because this is most of the franchise. Quickly go through them. I'll be quite honest with you, none of them really do anything for me apart from 6, which is Jason Lives. I just like the fact that I have them all and this is now out of print over here. They have a German import of Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. I will not tell how much I paid for this, it's way too much. But I'm just so happy I have them all. Jason X is hilarious. Jason Goes to Hell is insufferably boring. Freddy vs. Jason, a lot of fun, kind of, versus slasher. Really good for what it is. But obviously not like the peak of cinema. And you've seen it now. My favourite Friday the 13th, the remake. I love the remake. I think it is fantastic. The kills are great. Jason is fucking huge. You get to see titties. It's absolutely fantastic. Then we have the documentary Crystal Lake Memories that just got a 101 Films release a couple months ago. Actually, not a couple. I think it was March, but fantastic documentary if you've not seen it. It's like 4.5 hours, 400 minutes, like 4.5 hours long. Absolutely brilliant. Final Destination 1. I marathoned all these in one day with one of my ex-friends. I really like these films. They get silly towards the end, but I find that endearing, like the stupid ways that fate or death kills them off. But yeah, Final Destination 1 really good. Final Destination 2, good as well. Final Destination 3, really good as well. Final Destination 3D, it's okay. Final Destination 4, good. 5, sorry. The Hills Have Eyes 2 movie collection. This is the remake. Like the remake. The sequel to the remake is just a bit much for me. And Happy Death Day. Happy Death Day is great. Fantastic little film. Really unique spin on the Groundhog Day-esque kind of thing. Happy Death Day to You. Again, a really solid sequel. I love the time travel element. Really good. The Hellraiser trilogy from Arrow. I really love this set. The first one's really, really good. I actually really liked it the first time I saw it a couple of years ago. Second one is decent, and the third one is decent. I've not seen the rest of them because they're nigh impossible to get on Blu-ray for a cheap price in this region, and it's not worth it. And one of them isn't even on Blu-ray, so that just stops me dead in my tracks. But yeah, really nice set. Hostel trilogy. It's just kind of one of those things that I just have it, like, because it's horror. I've seen them twice. They're just a bit too much for me, and they just make me feel really uncomfortable. I guess that's the idea, but still, like, I don't know. I can never really get into these. Like, I don't hate them, but I can never really get into them. But yeah, it's still nice to have the set. Now I'm going to blast through these, because if you want to see my full history with this, watch my history with Halloween video. Halloween, really good. Classic, sorry. Halloween 2, not as good as the first, but a nice little companion piece to double bill. Halloween 3, I've seen it once, really didn't like it, still need to rewatch it. Halloween 4, boring. Halloween 5, boring. H2O, the Curse of Michael Myers, and Resurrection, all of these are boring, apart from the fact that the Curse of Michael Myers is hilarious sometimes with the editing. Yeah, there's some fucking amazing cuts in that, like, towards the end where, like, they're all being held hostage and then suddenly they're just free and they're like, why did they let us go? And it's like, beats me, and the film just ends. It's fucking amazing. And I'm pretty sure that's the one where Michael does the one-arm pull-up that's just, Callum gets so pissed off at that because he's like, that is not possible. The Rob Zombie remake, I actually like this. I think it's really solid, and it's a nice brutal take on it. Halloween 2, the kills in this are amazing. I really, really like the kills in this, but it is a trip sometimes. Silence of the Lambs, classic. Red Dragon, eh. Hannibal, not seen it. Insidious, one of my first horror films I watched, still holds up quite well today. Don't like it as much as I used to, but still really good. Insidious Chapter 2, nice little companion piece with the first one, although the first one works better on its own, but I still really like this. Sorry, I'm just neating up the pile because I don't want to fall over. Insidious Chapter 3, really good. Shit. Insidious The Last Key, shit. I Spit on Your Grave and I Spit on Your Grave 2. Revenge, oh, can I say that? Well, they're what I said before, revenge films. Again, it's kind of the same vein of Hostel where I'm like, the subject matter, I got them because I was like, oh, I've heard about these. And this is the remakes, I should say. And I was like, they're okay. The way she gets revenge is satisfying, but I'm just not comfortable. I don't think I will watch these again anytime soon, if ever, but yeah. I Spit on Your Grave 3, Vengeance is Mine. I barely remember anything apart from I remember really not liking it, so yeah. Again, the pile is coming undone. The Invisible Man Legacy Collection. The only reason I have this is because I love the first Invisible Man is incredible, and I want to see the rest of them. I know they're nowhere near as good as meant to be, but I love that original Invisible Man. What they're able to do in that film is incredible. I did have the Wolfman and Mummy ones, but I traded them in because I watched all of the Mummy sequels, and they're even though they're only like an hour long each, it felt like an eternity watching them. But really happy to have these sets. I think it's cool they have these boxed in. They also come with Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man, and I'm not really into that kind of comedy. But like I said, the only reason I kept this one is because I love that first Invisible Man, and I want to watch these at some point. The 2020 Invisible Man by James Wan. I fucking love this film. It is incredible. It's not an extended edition. It's actually horseshit, but I got a clear case and put it in a clear case, so it's kind of like the Invisible Man. I thought it was quite cool. But yeah, fucking brilliant film. Now we have the Universal Monsters box set, which comes with, what is it? Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Invisible Man, Phantom of the Opera, The Mummy, Bride of Frankenstein, and Creature from the Black Lagoon. Creature from the Black Lagoon, I like. Bride of Frankenstein is amazing. Frankenstein is amazing. Invisible Man is amazing. Dracula I find to be even more boring every time I watch it. The Wolfman is okay. The Mummy, again, I find it just boring. And Phantom of the Opera I find boring. Although this set is lovely. Me and Callum bought these back in 2019 because we were interested in this old horror. But yeah, it's a really cool set. An import from Australia that I still not watched yet. It's the original My Bloody Valentine. Sorry, the light keeps reflecting. There's no curtain in this room, so I can't block it off. But the sun should be going down soon, so it should get better as the video goes on. But hopefully you can make that out enough. But yeah, I really like the remake. That's why I got this one. I've still not watched it yet, even though I imported it from Australia and I've been waiting ages for it to get here. But I'll get around to it one day. Speaking of the remake, really like this. It's not like that's the thing. Like these slashers are so sleazy and trashy, but I don't like. But they're just fun and enjoyable for me. So Monsters, I seen this once and I didn't like it, but I want to go back and watch it because I don't think I quite got what it was meant to be. So I want to go back and watch that at some point. It's got a really nice lenticular cover. Oh, now for a chungus. The Dawn of the Dead second sight limited edition set that comes with like 8 million different cuts, a book, the soundtrack and everything. This isn't the 4K version, although I regret not getting that. But at the time I didn't have a 4K player, but lovely fucking chunky. It's shit heavy. Yeah. Lovely set. Fantastic film. I've only seen the one cut, but really, really good. Monsters Dark Continent. I've heard this is shite, but I'm curious. Although this film is like... Yeah, it's like 40 minutes longer than the original, but looking forward to checking this out at some point. Not expecting greatness, but you know, it was cheap and I'm curious. Although to be fair, as of recent, I did get rid of a lot of my a lot of my films that I had that I was like, why do I have this? I'm never gonna watch this again, and it is shite. So if that ends up being shite, I'll probably trade it in. Next up, we have A Nightmare on Elm Street 7 movie collection, which is all of them except the remake, but we'll get to that. I'm pretty sure this is the first Blu-ray set I ever got. I got it for my Christmas, and it's well worn. It has all the films in a single box. Yeah, these films, one is good, but again, like, it doesn't do much for me. I like it, just not as much as, but I just don't enjoy it as some of the others. The second I find boring. The third I think is really fun. Fourth is meh. Fifth is meh. Final Nightmare is crap. I love New Nightmare. I think it's better than the first personally, but yeah, really like New Nightmare. Solid little set. Again, one of the slasher icons. Have to have it if you're into horror. This film fucking sucks, and it is dreadful. That was the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Sorry, I should have specified that. Night of the Living Dead. This film is incredible. Like, me and Callum watched it in 2019 for the first time, and we were shocked at like how good this is. Like, even in terms of now, it's so enjoyable, incredible. And I hope that the 4K Criterion will come over here. If not, I'll probably just import it. But fucking amazing film. Genuinely was so surprised like by how much I enjoyed that, because I expected to like it as like for when it was made, but fucking brilliant. An import of Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead and Land of the Dead. Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead I saw before the original. I really like it. I think it's quite good. And Land of the Dead I think is pretty decent. Yeah. I think we're getting a Dawn of the Dead not remake, 4K. So the original Piranha, I find it boring, to be honest. I found it in a CEX and was like, oh my god, it's rare. Got it, watched it, and I was like, oh yeah, it's rare, but like, it doesn't do anything for me. The remake, however, I think this is a lot of fun. I think it's really, really good. Yeah, quite like it. I've seen the sequel to Double D, and it is a pile of dog shit. I traded it in. The first Paranormal Activity, I think this is still an absolutely solid horror movie. The best of the franchise. Creepy as fuck. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Paranormal Activity 2, not as good as the first, but still decent. Paranormal Activity 3. Paranormal Activity, the Mark ones. This is shit. I don't actually have... Why is there a cut in that? There's a cut right through there into like the plastic as well. Don't know where that's come from. But is there any more in those? Oh, it might just be from like, because I got that in a Poundland, so it might just have been damaged. I don't know why I don't have the fourth. I thought I did. But I'll have to pick up the fourth at some point. I'm not picking up the other ones, but there's a really nice box set that just came out, actually, if you look it up. It's like a big chunky set with all of them in it. It's really, really nice. I saw it in person at HMV. I was like, ooh, that's quite nice. The Purge double pack. First, The Purge is... I really like The Purge Anarchy. Well, just quickly. The Purge Election Year, I think, is not as good as Anarchy, but still good. Better than the first. And I saw the first Purge. That film is so fucking boring and generic. I don't like it at all. And I've not seen the Forever Purge. I have no interest in watching it. Another box set, the Phantasm box set. Again, this is one of those box sets that I was like... I was kind of itching to get another horror series and like get into another horror series. I was like, oh, cool, what is there? And I found this Arrow set, which is so lovely. And, sorry, I'm going to show this. This set is absolutely lovely. Like, all of them with their own individual design of packaging, and the spines are just... Sorry. Oh, love this set so much. I've only seen the first one. I thought it was pretty good. But I'm looking forward to getting into the rest of them, so we'll see. Poltergeist, the original, watched this recently. It does nothing for me. I find it really boring, to be honest, most of the time. I think what they were able to achieve with the visual effects and the puppets were great, but I just find it really boring most of the time. The remake, same as the first, same as the original. Quarantine. Now, I know this is like an exact rip-off of the movie we're going to be talking about next, but I think, yes, it's a shot-for-shot remake, but I think for being a shot-for-shot remake, and I know a lot of people are against it, they should show the original film, but it is pretty much just Wreck, but American, and I enjoy Wreck, so I enjoyed this, but significantly less because it's a remake, but I still really enjoyed it. Like, watch Wreck first, but if you kind of want to watch it again, but if you want more Wreck and you've seen them all, watch this, because it's not awful. Now, Wreck 1. This is a classic in my opinion. This is an incredible film. I love this. I showed this to Callum a couple of years back and he shit himself. And along with the second one, these two, an incredible double bill, and they work so well together. They're both just absolutely terrifying, just brilliant. Love both of these films. Now, talking about the ones. Wreck 3, Genesis. This film starts off promising, but then it stops doing the found footage thing, and I was just pissed off by the end of it. I did a whole rant on my Letterboxd at one point. I was just like, fuck this movie. It is not Wreck. Yeah. No. And this just, to this one's credit, it doesn't blue ball you by just doing a little bit of found footage. It doesn't do found footage at all. It's better than the third, but it's still not great. Yeah. First two are classics, but the other ones are... now for an extreme guilty pleasure of mine. The Resident Evil 4 film collection that has the first Resident Evil Apocalypse, Extinction, and Afterlife. I think these films are a massive guilty pleasure. I'm actually going to pick up the 4Ks probably very soon because I think they're just stupid fun. Yeah, really like these films. Pardon me. Retribution, again, like I said, dumb fun. Final Chapter, not as great as the other ones, but still enjoyable to an extent. Resident Evil Generation, I've not bought this. I've not watched this yet, but I bought it because it was Resident Evil. The Welcome to Raccoon City remake, I saw this in cinema with my girlfriend, and we both think, well, she really likes it, but I think it's a mishmash of the first two games. If you've played Resident Evil 1 and 2, this is an exact fucking mesh of those two games, and I think it is decent for what it is, but it's too short and too rushed. And I'm sad we're not getting a sequel, but I think this is actually not bad and it's pretty decent. First horror franchise I ever watched, and me and Callum ever watched, Scream. Absolute classic, absolutely brilliant. Saw the trailer for the new one, very, very excited for that. Scream 2, really good. Scream 3, the worst, but it's not bad at all. Scream 4, really good. I have Scream 5 on 4K. Check out my unboxing for that. Actually, I'll just give you my thoughts now. I fucking love the remake. The remake? It's not a remake. It's the only horror franchise that hasn't rebooted or remade yet, which is insane. I really like Scream 5. I think it's brilliant. Silent Hill. I think this film is actually really fucking good. The sequel's shite, which I have on Blu-ray and the Steelbook, but Blu-ray Steelbook to fill in the gaps for that. But yeah, actually really good. And we're also getting a new film from the same director, like all these years later. It's insane. So I'm about halfway through my horror films now, and I've just realised how I've ordered these, and I forgot to mention this. The way I've got these ordered is franchises and then like standalone films. So if you're wondering why I suddenly go from the one end of the alphabet to the other, that's why. Then's we have. He saw. Pardon me, Jesus. 1 to 7 complete set. These films are guilty pleasures for me again. First one's fantastic. The second one, the first one's fantastic. The rest of them are all just, they get so stupid, and twists to me are just hilarious. How they'll be like, oh, what happened there? And then they'll show like a scene from another film, and then they'll just turn the camera slightly, and there'll be another character there that was like there all along, and it cracks me the fuck up. And they're bringing back Tobin Bell for Saw 10. Oh, it's just joyous. Absolutely joyous. Yeah, really happy with this set. Although it is like the wrong way round, and it's weird. I don't know. It's still over in their set that I enjoy those films. Jigsaw. Again, prequel. It was weird. First Saw film I saw in the cinema, and the only one I've seen, because Spiral came out during COVID, so I can see that. But again, like one is amazing, and then the rest, like they're all on the same level of just it's dumb, and it's intriguing to see the traps. Thoughts on Spiral? I really didn't like Spiral the first time I saw it, but upon rewatch, I actually think it's quite good. Train to Busan. Actually, no, I'll keep that in there. I was going to take it off, but I was like, I kind of want to protect it. Train to Busan, fucking amazing film. If you haven't seen it, watch this. It's insanely good. One of the best zombie movies ever made, in my opinion. The sequel, which I'm going to talk about next. Well, let's just talk about it now, shall we? Train to Busan Peninsula. What a fucking disappointment. And the choices they make, like the all CGI car, like Mad Max ripoff at the end, is just so insulting. Me and Callum got together to watch this, and it was hilariously bad. What the fuck happened? Like, what the fuck happened? God. Troll and Troll 2. Me and Callum watched both of these on the same day. Troll 1 is fine. Troll 2 is hilarious. If you know, like, just, I don't need to say anything, it's Troll, but nice to have them both in this set, even though, like, they have nothing to do with each other. The Thing 2 movie box set, the only reason I've kept this is because it comes with the prequel. If this didn't have this, I would probably trade it in, because I've got 2 copies of it in 4K and Blu-ray, but 3 technically with this. But I again, The Thing is one of my favourite films ever made. Fantastic. I think the prequel is quite good, but it's so annoying that they never got to use their practical effects, and the studio wanted to spend more money to make it look worse. Alright. Tremors, the 5 film collection. This isn't all of them, because I think there was one that came out, like, what was it, like, Shrieker Island, was it, or something? I think it was called, but I saw this in CEX, and this is out of print, and I was like, it's £15. No, it was 20, it was £18, and I was like, it's out of print, and I want to try that franchise out. So I bit the bullet and bought it. And I watched the first one with Callum, and I don't get it. I don't think it's awful, but I've considered many times trading this in, but I've kept it because I'm like, at least I have the option to watch them when I want to. So, yeah, not quite seeing the hype for it yet, but I'm gonna check it out again soon, I think. Ah, yes, the one that started it all with this channel, Terrifier, the Bloody Duo. Ah, yes, when I had crap mic quality. Yeah, I love this. This started it all for me. I didn't know that there was going to be such a shortage of these, and I think that's why that video has done so well. I think we're up to like nearly 1,200 views as of the 15th of December, so thank you for that. But my God, this is what started it all. Just a little thing that I was like, oh my God, it's getting a Blu-ray, and then who knew that there'd be supply shortages for a little bit, and that video would kind of blow up for me. Like, not blow up in the sense of the world, but like, it's a lot of views. So yeah, the first one, it's more of a proof of concept. I don't enjoy the first one near as much as the second. The first one feels longer than the second, despite the second one being like not double the runtime, but like a good hour longer. But yeah, the first one's okay. The second one is fantastic. I really like the second one, and I'm really excited to see what they do with this. And Art the Clown is just great. But I'm always gonna have a soft spot because it's what started it all. So yeah. Now I have the 4K for it, so I'll just tell you now. Texas Chainsaw Massacre isn't fantastic. I don't have the Blu-ray. I traded it in because it was going for quite a bit. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre is fantastic. I bought the German 4K from Turbine, but Second Sight are doing one next year, so I think I might pick that up and just keep the other one because I can't trade it in over here because it's not of this region. But that film is a classic. It's so uncomfortable and unnerving, just brilliant. And the remake is fantastic in its own right. I think the fact that it does stuff differently, it pays respect but then tries to do its own stuff as well, and it works for that most part. It's incredible. I think the gore works for this because it's more modern for what audiences want, and I think this is actually really, really good for what it is. Very underrated in my opinion. Texas Chainsaw 3D, or Texas Chainsaw, I find this film enjoyable. I don't think it's amazing by any stretch, but I just find it quite fun. Again, I'm very easy to please most of the time. Wolf Creek, this is... I really like this franchise. I have both seasons of the show on Blu-ray and both movies on Blu-ray. I think Wolf Creek 1 is a really good horror film and quite disturbing. But Wolf Creek 2, I prefer over 1 because it turns him into more of... It's still fucked up, but it's a lot like... They play on him kind of being a bit sadistic and play it for dark comedy, and it really works in this film. And I just think John Jarratt is incredible. He's also in Boar. Check out Boar if you haven't seen it. That film's great as well. But really happy to have those two films. Love them. The second one I'll watch way more than the first, because the first, like I said, is a lot more disturbing and kind of depressing. But yeah, Zombieland, great film. Fantastic film. Love this film. I think it is hilarious and really good. Zombieland Double Tap. Saw this in cinemas with Callum. Loved it. Thought it was as good as the first when I first saw it. And to be honest, I've not seen it again since. And it's still sealed. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm looking forward to checking it out because I remember really enjoying it and happy it got made. So Abattoir. The Last Airbender, The Way of Water, Abattoir. One of these films that I heard about and I was like, that concept is cool. And the film is not great. The end part is cool, but most of the film is just quite boring to me. The Autopsy of Jane Doe, a fucking incredible film. Bought this after watching The Autopsy from Cabinet of Curiosities and rewatched it. Fucking fantastic. If you haven't seen this, check it out. Creepy as fuck. Attack the Block. John Boyega's breakout debut, something, I don't know, one of the two. Really funny and really good film. The horror film. There's some really cool practical creature effects and yeah, fucking really good film. Check it out if you haven't seen it already. Just correcting the pile again. As Above, So Below. I really like this film again. I have a real soft spot for found footage films. So whenever I see one that's vaguely good, I'm like, yes. This one is really, really good with what it does with the Paris catacombs. Check this out if you haven't. It's quite good. American Mary, I've seen this once, and I think I liked it. I think I liked it. I didn't love it, but I did like it. I can't remember much about it, but I did like it from what I remember. I think it's a body horror kind of thing. Apollo 18, I borrowed this off of one of my friends like 10 years ago on DVD and liked it a lot. It's dumb, but I like this idea of, I don't know, I just like them of taking this thing of we're sure this isn't it, and then them changing it like, no, there is aliens on the moon kind of thing. It's cool. I like it. It's not amazing, but it's fun. Now, this is a film that I have tried to get through, I think 2 or 3 times. And I just haven't been able to for some reason. I don't think it's because I was bored. I think it was just because I wanted to do something else at the time. But that's the ABCs of Death 1. And it's such a cool idea. Like, the concept of a letter, like, each letter being a short film and then getting all these directors in. And I love that idea. And they've done a second one for as far as I know. So I need to go back and check this out at some point. So, yeah, like, 26 directors, 26 Ways to Die. Like, that's cool as fuck! I hope you can see these okay from here. Yeah, you probably can. I'm going to keep that in. I'm sorry if you can't see them well from here, but Arctic. I don't really know if this counts as a horror film, but I have it in my horror. What's it called? My horror section. I love Mads Mikkelsen, and this was a really good survival film. Yeah, I actually don't know why that's in the horror section. I might move it, but I've been going back and forth on moving that for ages. But The Bay, really fucked up kind of mockumentary found footage thing that documents a fictional town that sees these like parasites come in, and it's fucked up. Check it out if you haven't. It's real depressing and grim stuff. Yeah, really, really good. Sorry, I'm just reading the back. Yeah, really, really good. It's one of those things where like the cover is a bit generic, but it's really good. Oh, Bone Tomahawk. What a film. Disturbing, but brilliant. S. Craig Zahler. All the films I've seen of his, this, Brawl in Cell Block 99 and Dragged Across Concrete are all brilliant. Check this out. It is fucking awesome. And the cast is great as well. Like Kurt Russell, Patrick Wilson. Fucking good shit. Watch that. Check that out. It's brilliant. Buried. This was a film that I never thought I'd be able to get on Blu-ray. This is one of my worst fears, and it's just such an uncomfortable film, and it's really depressing as well. But I do highly recommend it. Ryan Reynolds is really good in this as a serious role, and you don't see much of that from him, but really good in that. The Babadook. It's The Babadook. It's really good. Essie Davis is incredible. Check it out. It's brilliant. Blair Witch Project, really good. Brightburn, saw it, seen it a couple times. I think it's quite good for what it is. It could have been better. Why the fuck did they use bad guy at the end to cut to the credits? It is cringe as fuck. Black Sheep, this film is fucking hilarious. Check it out if you haven't. It is so funny and stupid, and the production value is so high. So many good practical effects. Just check this shit out. Fucking so funny. The Butterfly Effect trilogy. I've seen the first one, thought it was okay. Not seen the rest. Black Phone, one of the best horror films of 2022. Fucking incredible. I love Ethan Hawke, and what the fuck's the guy's name? Scott Derrickson. Fucking incredible. Check that shit out if you haven't. Brilliant. The Banana Splits movie. This was one that I was like, oh, that's kind of funny, and I can't even remember any of it. It's not great. Cujo, really, really good for the time. Gets a bit boring on the second rewatch. Once they're actually in the car and the dog's like there stalking them, really, really good. But the rest is kind of boring. Cockney vs Zombies. I've seen this once and I thought it was really funny. Not seen it since, but need to check it out at some point again. The remake of The Crazies. I've not seen the original, but I really, really like this one. And it's got my boy Timothy Olyphant from Justified. So. Clown. Really fucked up kind of body horror-esque film. Quite good. I've only seen it once, but probably check that one out again. Cube. I have seen this, but I bought the Blu-ray and I've just not watched the Blu-ray yet. Really, really good film. Way better than it should be, but really good. Color Out of Space. Oh my god. Sorry, that's a lovely slip. Really, really, really enjoyed this one. Thought it was a lot of fun. Some really, really creative visuals in this and some really good practical effects as well. And obviously, the main reason I watched it was because it had Nick Cage in it. So, but yeah, really, really good. My god. Sorry, that is just such a lovely cover. Cabin Fever. The director's cut. I've not actually seen the original. I've seen the remake. It's okay. But I need to check this out at some point. Because I bought a bunch of horror films like My Bloody Valentine, Cabin Fever because of Ice Nine Kills' new album. Because they do songs by those, and I want to see the originals. But next we have Climax. This film is fucking disturbing as fuck, but it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, really, really good, but just there's some disturbing stuff, just physically and emotionally, and mentally, yeah, really, 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 really good film though. The Collector, fucking awesome. You can't get the collection in Blu-ray over here, and I think the collected is being made, but I'm not quite sure about that. I think I heard there were some problems, but hopefully we get the third one. But really, really good. Crawl. I have the 4K of this now, but saw this in cinemas with Callum. Really, really great alligator flick. Same guy who did Piranha. Cure for Wellness. This is a film I saw advertised a lot and thought I'll never watch that. Bought the Blu-ray, watched it. It is actually really, really good. Check it out if you haven't. It's quite good. Nice little cover as well. Christine, another Carpenter film that... this is the problem with a lot of these older films. I go into it being like, I probably won't like this, and I come out being like, it's pretty good, or something. I'm like, yeah, didn't like that. I really, really like Christine. I think it's really, really good. Yeah. Chained, really disturbing kidnap kind of film with Vincent D'Onofrio. That's the main reason I got it. Probably won't watch this again for a long time because, like I said, it's not very comfortable. Clockwork Orange, the exact same as Chained. It's really good. Well, Chained is good, but this is fantastic. But I don't see myself watching this again for a good while. Chernobyl Diaries. I can't remember what this film's. I think I remember quite liking this and what they do with it. And I actually want to check this out again because I've been playing Stalker, and I love the whole thing around Chernobyl and what they do in fiction with it. Love that. So I might actually check that out. I'm just gonna because if I keep it out the pile, I'm gonna fuck it up. But tell you what, I'm gonna take a note of it on my phone. Dracula, the Christopher Lee. No, Christopher Lee's Dracula in this. I've seen this 1 3/4 times because we got like an hour into it and then shut it off because of some bullshit. But it's better than Bela Lugosi, although I respect the hell out of that. But I just can't remember much about it. I just don't think Dracula's for me, to be honest. Drag Me to Hell, Sam Raimi film. Really, really good. Fucked ending though. The last Exorcism. The Exorcism of Emily Rose. When I found this in a CX, I was like, fuck off, that's not there. Because this is out of print over here. This film is fucking brilliant. Check it out if you haven't. Same director as The Black Phone and My Brain's Died. That's not a film. It's just me saying My Brain has died. Really, really fantastic exorcism film. Check it out. It's just as good as The Exorcist in my opinion. Dead Rising Watchtower. Not watched it, but I got it because I like Dead Rising. I've heard it's not great, but it was cheap. Doom. It's boring, but The Rock. So Doom Annihilation, not nearly as bad as everyone says it is, but not great in any shape or form. The hell sequence is the best part, but it's right at the end and only for like a minute. Dead Silence, James Wan and Lee Whannell film. Didn't really do much for me. Deathgasm, kind of like a heavy metal horror film. Really enjoyed this one. Yeah, and I always love films that come with like boxes to like accentuate the art or something. Dead Space Aftermath. I love Dead Space, but I remember this being quite boring. Doomsday, same director as, well, it says in the front, Dog Soldiers and The Descent. It's okay. Daybreakers, a lot better than I thought it would be. Quite a good vampire flick. I think it might be one of my favourite vampire flicks. But I'm not really that into vampires. Pardon me. Eden Lake, I've not watched it yet. But I used to see this advertised in like the Cineworld kind of brochures back in, I believe it was 2008 this came out. And I was like, oh, that looks fucking, like, at the time I thought it was like the most disturbing shit I'd ever seen. And I bought it and I still haven't watched it yet, but I need to be in the right mood for it because it's again one of those films where I'm like, it's going to make me uncomfortable, isn't it? The Forest. Me and a mate just watched this on a whim, and it's not great, but I actually really enjoy what it does, and some of the scares are really good. Yeah. Stretch for legs. Oh. John Carpenter's The Fog. Cool concept, but it doesn't do much for me. It's okay. Feast. Really cool original horror film. Yeah, really enjoyed this one. Nice, a good creature feature. Fourth Kind, boring as fuck, and yeah, just don't really like it. Why is there a CD case here? That's weird. The Fly, classic, brilliant. Visual effects, practical effects are incredible. The Grey, absolutely fantastic Liam Neeson thriller with him against wolves, brilliant. Ghostwatch, the 101 film set. I've got an unboxing on my channel if you want to see that. I've not watched it myself, but I watched Inside of Mind's video. All the links are on that video. But yeah, really great. Really great film from what I've seen, and I think I've seen most of it, the overall concept. I'm looking forward to watch this myself at some point. If you know, you know, like in terms of how it was actually broadcast live and people thought it was real. It's really cool. Ghost Stories, a really good little anthology film. Scared the piss out of one of my friends. He was just hugging the pillow, and we were both just like, and me and Callum were just like, but yeah, really good film. Green Room, again, fantastic, like, thriller. One of Anton Yelchin's last performances, but fucking amazing film. Check it out. A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. I've had this for like 3 years. I've not watched it yet. I've heard it's good, but I haven't seen it. A Ghost Story. Wanky as fuck, and the more I think about it, the less I liked it. Gremlins. Remember seeing bits of it on TV as a kid. Saw it for the first time a year ago. Really liked it. Not seen the second one yet though. Pardon me, God. The Headhunter. Got this on DVD. I heard about this when it was first coming out. Got it on DVD, watched it, really liked it. When I saw that 101 Films was doing a Blu-ray, I was like, fuck yes. And yeah, I'm really happy that I can now watch this in HD and as a Blu-ray. And that art is just lovely. So, if you've not seen it, it's a really unique film, and I really like it. Check it out if you haven't. The Host by Bong Joon-ho. Really good film. Not his best, but still a really good monster movie. Yeah, fucking actually really good. Hobo with a Shotgun. This film is, I forgot it gives you that. This film is absolutely ridiculous. It is hyper violent. It is just so over the top and insane. Super gory. Super just. It's a trip, but I really enjoyed it. Horns with Daniel Radcliffe. Didn't think I'd like this as much as I did, but a really quite a heartfelt film directed by Alexandre Aja, Crawl and Piranha, and My Brain Has Died. That's one of the other films he did. No, he isn't. Yeah, a really, really sad film that, yeah, it's just really upsetting. All about loss and, it's really, really good. Check it out if you haven't. Yeah, fucking brilliant film. Hell, the cover was cool. It was in CX for 50p. I bought it. I don't remember much about it. I think it was not great, but I can't remember. But that's the cover if you want to check it out. Sorry, again, the light's bleeding through. Honeymoon. Watched this on Prime one time. Really, really liked it. Thought it was quite good. There's a sticker on here I didn't realise, but it's not on the box, so yeah, pretty good horror film. The House That Jack Built. It's wanky and disturbing, and I don't know if I will watch it again. Ah, yes. In the Method Madness. Now, I have a story for this one. So this is a region-free copy that, for the longest time, I was searching for and was trying to find. But I didn't think it existed. But I found one listing and I bought it because I was like, fuck it, let's just buy it and see what happens. Because I looked online and I couldn't find one anywhere. Like a region-free one. So I bought that, and then eventually they were like, oh, sorry, we don't have it. We're going to have to refund you. I was like, that's a shame. So I ordered a German version that has it all in German, all the text in German. I was like, okay, it sucks, but it's got English audio and subtitles, so it's fine, at least I have it. 2 weeks later, this pops through the mail, and I'm like, no way. So I actually got a region-free copy that I'd never seen before, and I was so happy, like, because this film is fucking awesome. One of Carpenter's best. I love this film to bits, and I'm so happy I was able to get a copy with English on the side. So I just gave the German version to Callum, but fucking brilliant. I'm so happy to actually get a region-free version of this because it's a great film. I Saw the Devil. I bought this because Chris Stuckman recommended it, and I've still not watched it yet. And again, another one of those films that's quite heavy in its subject matter as far as I'm aware, but haven't checked it out yet. Meant to check it out for what's it called? Halloween, but didn't. I might have to use my light soon, but It Comes at Night. Really, really good film. Very suspenseful. Check it out if you haven't. It's really good. Pardon me again. Ichi the Killer. This is one of those films that I got. I think this is a what's the word? Like an on commission kind of film. I bought it from eBay, like 30 quid. So like all the artwork is custom and everything. And now what's going to surprise you is this was a blind buy. Believe it or not, it's not. It is official, actually. I think. Yeah, it's official. But this was a blind buy for 30 quid. And I don't think I like it, to be honest. I think it's just too weird. If you've seen it, you know the guy comes like a fucking fire hose. If that sounds like really out of place and weird and disgusting, that's what this film is. Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart at all. I don't know if I like it. Second Sight as well. Oh my god! Shout out again to Second Sight for releasing The Invitation on Blu-ray, because I watched The Invitation on Netflix ages ago and loved it, and there's no Blu-ray. But then Second Sight were coming out with one, I was like, oh my god, yes! And I bought it, and I watched it again, and it's fucking brilliant. Check out The Invitation if you haven't, it's so good. And shout out to Second Sight for just bringing some awesome films to 4K, giving them some awesome sets, giving them life on physical media again. And we're going to get to some of them again soon. Just, fuck yes. You go, Second Sight. I fucking love Second Sight. It Follows. This film has kind of been ruined for me because I saw it once, loved it, and then it's just become a bit of a... Well, it's not ruined, it's just... I've seen it too many times in close succession that I don't know when I'm going to watch this again, but... Because all my friends wanted to watch it, so... Yeah, it's really, really good, but it's been a bit worn down for me. And the score is great as well. Just neating up the pile. Jennifer's Body. A decent vampire flick. Don't think I really need to say what the main attraction is here, but yeah, it's actually a decent film. Yeah, I recommend that. Jaws. It just does nothing for me personally. I appreciate the craft and the animatronic and just its legacy, but I don't know, it just doesn't do much for me. Shark films don't do much for me. Krampus, really, really good. Really good Christmas film, but I really want to see the naughty cut. But still, actually, way better than people give it credit for. Kill List. Who's this directed by again? Ben Wheatley, yes, the guy who directed Free Fire, which I do have in my collection, but that'll be in quite a while from now. But this is actually a really, really good little kind of thriller, and just, yeah, it's scary as well. I'm not going to tell you anything about it, but check it out. And Neil Maskell is such a good actor. I want to check out the film that's just come out with him called Bull. It's got a second sight, so I might pick that up soon as well. But check Kill List out. Oh my god! Speaking of second sight, the Lake Mungo set. I'm gonna burp. No, I'm not. Lake Mungo. Lake Mungo is one of those films that I'd heard about from Chris Stuckman and all over the internet. That was one of the best horror movies ever made, and I was like, ooh. Well, not one of the best. It was really, really good, but you couldn't rent it anywhere. You couldn't buy it anywhere. There was DVDs, but even then, the DVDs were like few and far between and expensive. And then Second Sight were like, I've got the rights to this, and I was like, and they put out this lovely box set. And I don't know if you can buy the Blu-ray separately now, but if you can, that's awesome. But I'm so happy I have this on Blu-ray, and I watched it for the first time. This shit shook me. It is fucking terrifying. Watch this if you can. It's so good. I believe you can rent it now as well. But fantastic. Lights Out. This is, what's his name? David F. Sandberg, Shazam Boy. Really, really good. I don't think is this his debut feature? I think. I don't know. But still, really, really, really good film. I've seen it once, I think. Bought the Blu-ray. I've not watched it since, but I remember really, really liking it for what it was, and the concept's very unique. But yeah, really good, solid film. God. Sorry, I'm scaring myself now. I need to get some food. I got scared by a leaflet there. The Lighthouse. I saw, so Callum imported this to the UK. What was it? In the I think it was January 2020. And it had just come out on Blu-ray in America then, but we weren't getting the Blu-ray until June, so Callum was like, fuck that, I'll just buy the Blu-ray and we can watch it. So we watched it, and I thought it was good, but I didn't really get it. But then on second viewing, I love this film. It is incredible. And I love this, and I love The Northman. The only Eggers film I'm still not sure on is The Witch. But even then, I don't think it's a bad film. But absolutely incredible film. Brilliant. I don't know what that is. Let Me In, the Let the Right One In remake, directed by Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves, yeah, not seen it yet, but I've heard it's really good. Mimic, directed by Guillermo del Toro. I've seen it once. Felt a bit long, but was still quite solid. I could say that about other things. Mama, really good film, but falls apart by the end because they show the creature and it's CGI, and it's, yeah, first half great, second half, Mandy, a bit too wanky for me, but Nicolas Cage is great. Oh, I should probably preface, if you don't know what wanky means, it just means a bit like you're jerking yourself off kind of thing. Like it's a bit like I don't really know how to explain it. Overly indulgent is a good word. There we go. Those words work. Midsommar, Saw this once in the cinema when it came out. Thought it was good. Rewatched it again, but watched the director's cut. I love this film now. It is brilliant. Mirrors. Solid horror film with Kiefer Sutherland. Cool concept. Pretty decent. Martyrs. Again. Heard about this film, not watched it yet. This is one of those films that I don't know if I'm going to watch for a long time because it's like one of those films that's just so disturbing, apparently. And I've heard some descriptions and I'm like... Midnight Meat Train. This film is... It's one of those things where you go into it and you're like, oh, is it just that? But then by the end of it, you're like, what? And I love it for that. I watched it again recently and I think it's really, really good. Misery, again, fucking stop saying again. I watched this recently and it's fantastic, but, you know, everyone says that, so, but no, it is really good. Maggie, The Mist, watched it again recently with Callum. This film is awesome. So fucked up, and the ending is notorious. I'm not going to say what it is, but if you know what it is, like, it's actually devastating, and I'm so surprised that Frank Darabont was allowed to use that ending, because fucking hell. Night Watch, not seen it, but got the Blu-ray, clearly. The Neon Demon, seen once, and I can barely remember anything about it. I only got it because it was the director of Drive, Nicholas Winding Refn, but yeah. Night Killer, this film feels like 8 hours and it's like 2 and it's boring and I'm glad I have it, but at the same time I kind of regret buying it, but this was a recommendation from Chris Stuckman. But one thing I've learned is in his hilariosities, he takes all the funny parts of the film and he cuts out so much shit, like that and Verotica. There's so many parts in it where I'm like, oh god, there's so much downtime between those hilarious moments that like 90% of the film is shit and some of the parts are funny. I'm like, oh my god. So I've stopped impulse buying funny stuff like that, where it's like, oh, there's so many funny scenes and they show all of them and I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. Oculus, Mike Flanagan, fucking really good film. Mike Flanagan is great. Yeah. Orphan. Bought this ages ago again. I think this was like one of the first Blu-rays I bought in that like first like 100. I know the twist. I think the twist is cool. I've not actually watched it yet. I've had it for ages. The Orphanage. I have watched this. I watched this recently, like in the last year. Really, really good film and quite fucked up. Yeah, really, really good. I won't see anything else. Go into this blind. It's really good. One missed call. This was an Asda pre-owned, fully furbished. This is the remake. I've heard it's bad. I actually kind of regret buying this, but I'll probably watch it before I do anything with it, like get rid of it. This film is fucking shit. It is so boring. Sorry, I am getting texted because I'm just so popular. Yeah, this film is absolutely shite and I want to get rid of it, but at the same time I kind of want to keep it so I have it, and it's kind of, yeah, I don't know, it's bad. Don't watch. The Omen trilogy. I've seen the first Omen. I think it's decent. Not seen the other two, but look forward to checking them out at some point. I guess at some point, like, I mean, in the entirety of my life. So, One Cut of the Dead. Fucking brilliant little film. Heard about it online. You probably know about it if you're in the horror scene. Really good. Check it out. Such a surprise, although not really, considering it's Mike Flanagan. The sequel to Ouija? Yeah, Ouija. The Ouija board. If you've not seen that video, it's probably really confusing for you, but this is a fucking scary film, and it goes places where I'm just like, what? Oh, really, really good. Don't watch the first one, it's a pile of shit, but this is really, really good. Prom Night. One of those films like Eden Lake where I saw it in the kind of Cineworld magazine. I was like, oh, it's cool. And then thought, oh, that looks scary, terrifying. I picked it up and watched it, and it's bad. Idris Elba's in it, but Possum. Watched one of Ryan Hollinger's videos about this, and again, it's one of those things that's very metaphorical, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but watching the film itself didn't really do much for me, but the idea behind it is very cool. I just fell off the pedal. The Pact, really, really, really good horror film, way better than it should be, and yeah, really recommend this. I just hit my funny bone. Send your prayers, I just hit my funny bone. Pan's Labyrinth, really, really like this film. Saw it a year or two ago with Callum, and it's depressing as fuck, but really, really, really good. Pontypool. This is a film I heard a lot about. Paid a lot for the Blu-ray to watch this because you couldn't rent it at the time. Fucking hell, this film is incredible. It's so unique. If you haven't seen it, try and check it out. It's uncomfortable, but it's so unique in what it does. Check it out if you haven't seen it already. Pet Sematary, the remake. I actually really like this. I thought it was good. I haven't seen the original, but I don't think I would like it. Pandorum, really, really good, underrated hidden gem. Check it out if you haven't. Really, really good. Ready or Not, a fucking fantastic film. These are the guys that made the Scream 5 and are making Scream 6. Fucking fantastic. Check this shit out. Absolutely brilliant. Rosemary's Baby, disturbing as fuck. I know the director's history, but I can detach art from the artist, and this film is great. Rubber, this film is absolutely ridiculous. It's about a sentient tire. It's actually quite good. Check out. The Shallows, again, shark movies don't do much for me. It's okay. Splinter, really, really interesting concept for a horror movie. Quite enjoyable. Now, this is very special. I'm sorry, I was going to correct the pile. Now, a fun fact. Sony Flash of Man now is not great. But there is one thing that's quite special about this to me. Do you see that man there? That man there in the box there, that man there, yeah. That's my uncle. He's in this film. Which is really cool. Yeah. It's really cool that he's in this. Yeah, so I like it more for that. I mean, it is about a Scottish cannibal, but it's okay, but I enjoy it just because he's in it. That's just a little side note. Shocker, Wes Craven's Shocker. This film was weird, and it's okay. The Sixth Sense, classic. Not much more to say. Sinister, fucking great film. This was the other film that Scott Derrickson directed. Yeah, really, really, really great film. And again, Ethan Hawke in this one, really, really good film. Sequel shit though. Stanford Prison Experiment, quite good. Sorry, I don't like I said, I don't have much to say on it. Session 9, Second Sight Set. Check out my musings on it. I love this film. Southbound, anthology horror film. It's okay. Suspiria, the remake. Fucking incredible. Love this film. I've not seen the original, and I don't think I'd like the original. Saint Maud, watched it on Prime. Thought it was okay. But then it was in a $4.99 with any purchase deal, and I was like, fuck it, I'll pick it up. But I've still not rewatched it yet. Strangers, really disturbing, and not disturbing, really, well, yeah, disturbing, yeah. Really disturbing home invasion horror film, quite creepy. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I really do. Sequel is... Shrooms, Splice, weird, but okay. Swap the cinema ticket on it. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, way better than I thought it was going to be, and Really, really good. Solid little anthology based on the books, but quite good. I think it's an anthology. I can't remember. No, it's not. But it has different segments with different monsters from the different books, I believe. They Live, really, really good Wes Craven film. But one of my ex-friends was a bit too obsessed with it. So Truth or Dare. It's not great. Triangle, really, really underrated horror film. Check this out if you haven't. It's really, really good. Troll Hunter, again, a really, really underrated horror film. Fucking really good found footage and quite creepy at times. Unfriended, decent. Sequel's absolutely dog shit though. Right, last few horror films, and then we can get on to the actual A to Zs of the normal stuff. So, VHS, really solid anthology. I think most of the segments work, but maybe one or two don't for me. But really good. Sequel I've not seen. Viral I've not seen. I've seen 94, and that's got some really good segments in it, and I've not seen VHS 99 yet. VFW, Veterans of Foreign War. Really, 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 really good film. Really enjoyed this one. Stephen Lang in it and a bunch of other people. Really good. The Void. From what I remember, I quite liked this. Yeah. Videodrome. I picked this up on one of my last trips to CEX that I've been to, because I don't really go to CEX much anymore because I haven't got really much I want. But it's a Videodrome by David Cronenberg. Checked it out recently. Really good, and it's awesome to see that it's gotten a 4K recently. Veronica, it's shit. The Witch, like I said, I've watched it a couple times, and I can't really enjoy it, but it is well made, and I respect it. World War Z, I enjoy it. Woman in Black, again, decent horror film. Wormwood, Road of the Dead, quite a good one. The Woman, not seen it yet. What We Do in the Shadows, very, very funny. Yeah, you probably know that. You're Next, one of the first horror films that I really, really loved, and me and Callum, this is another one of those films that I associate with me and Callum, and it's very, very good. Check it out if you haven't. Unsane. I actually forgot this one, so this will be inserted in the use. Really, really, really great film from Steven Soderbergh. Really, really, really unique, and it's all shot on iPhone. And the last horror film is Zombievers. This film is fucking ridiculous. Just like Black Sheep. Really, really funny. Check it out. And that is all the horror films. So now we'll move on to the alphabet. So first off, we have the 21 and 22 Jump Street Blu-ray set. Yeah, this comes with both films separately. Love these films. Think they're absolutely hilarious. This means a lot to me and Callum. We saw the second one in cinemas. Watched the first one together. These are really funny films. If you've not seen them, watch them. 300 double pack. I like the first one. Have not seen the second one. 71, great little thriller. Great film. 127 Hours, absolutely fantastic. One of James Franco's best performances. Really, really enjoyed this one. 30 Minutes or Less. I think I've seen this once, and I picked it up in a CEX because I remember liking it, but I have not rewatched it. 13 Assassins. Really enjoyed this film. I think it's really, really good. Yeah. 13 Hours, one of Michael Bay's best films, and I think it is actually a really good film. 12 Years a Slave, really, really good. Seen it twice. Probably won't watch it a lot, but yeah. 12 Strong, surprisingly really good film that I was kind of on a war kick at one point, and this was one of the films I wanted to check out, and really, really enjoyed this one. 12 Angry Men Still Sealed. This was me and Callum. So me and Callum were really good friends through academy, or high school as you Americans would call it. And we didn't like stop being friends, but we just sort of drifted apart for a little bit, and then in 2019 we met up and he showed me this, and this is the film that like brought us back together, and we've been close as hell ever since. So this film means a lot to me, and it is absolutely fantastic. Check this out if you haven't. It is brilliant. 8 Mile, Eminem is great in this. This should not be as good as it is, but it is. Music's great. Listened to a lot of Eminem when I was younger, and I still really, really like a lot of his stuff from Marshall Mathers LP2 backwards. And there's some good songs afterwards, but you know, great film. And the last of the numbers is Two Guns. Watched this with Callum once, haven't seen it since. I remember it being funny at the time, but we were 15, so I don't know if it holds up at all. And that's the numbers. Right, now on to the A's. So I'm just going to preface this again. If there's something that you think is missing, then it's probably in the 4K video or in the 4K Steelbook video or the Blu-ray video. Now I know I've chopped this all up into loads of different videos, but to do everything in one video would just be too much. Even doing all the Blu-rays in one video is too much. But if you want to see the 4K standards or 4K Steelbooks, search through them and try and find it. They should be all A to Z'd. So right, okay, on to the A's. So sorry, just get centered in the printer. First up, we have Ashton's in the Quest for the Game Child. Now I've had this Blu-ray for ages, and I love Ashton's channel. I've been watching him for probably over a decade now. But he released his sequel recently, and they did a limited box set run. And I was able to procure a signed copy of the trilogy box set, and it comes with that's in the wrong order. Comes with, so I now have 2 copies of Ashton's and the Quest for the Game Child. Ashton's the Quest for the Game Child, Oblivious Heist, and Fly on the Wall, the documentary of the making of. And I know for a fact that sorry, there's so many cool Easter eggs on here. Now I know for a fact that this box set was very, very, very limited. Mine's 121 of I don't know how many, but it's also signed at the back, and I'm so happy to have this. Again, it's like film, and it's so cool to have something that, yeah, I love a YouTuber, and then they'd use this, and I can have something that comes into my medium. So very, very happy to have this little box set. They're out of print, as I said, they were super limited. So next up, now I've done stuff in this course, like I said, in A's and B's. So we have the Alfred Hitchcock collection, which is the Masterpiece collection. This is such a lovely box set, and it comes with 14 films in here, and it's just so weighty and heavy, and it's got all the films in here. And me and Callum were watching a couple of these. He's watched all of them, but I've only watched a few. But Rope is incredible. If you haven't checked Rope out, check that out. But this box set is such good value for money. I think we got ours for £25, and fucking incredible value for that. It's super heavy, so I'm putting it on the bottom of the pile so it doesn't destroy anything. Arrival, really, really great film. Planning on getting the 4K soon. Didn't like it on the first viewing, but I love it now. Happens quite a lot. Atomic Blonde, saw it in the cinema, thought it was good. Rewatched it again a year or 2 ago with my girlfriend. Yeah, still good. The Accountant, good. Hopefully that gets a sequel. Assassin's Creed, not great, but kind of enjoyable. Star is Born, I fucking love this film. This is the Encore edition. Star is Born Encore edition, I fucking love this film. I've not actually seen the extended yet, but I do love that film. I have the standard 4K because you don't get the extended in 4K. Anomalisa, picked this up in CEX recently because I've heard it's really good. Not watched it yet. The A-Team, I saw it when I was younger. It's okay. Army of One, Nicolas Cage film, not seen it yet, but I bought it because it's Nicolas Cage, and the concept is hilarious. Argo, really, really good film, saw it when I was younger. Yeah. American History X, heavy, heavy film, but really, really good. Apocalypto, still not seen it yet, but I really want to. American Sniper, I think this is actually really good, and yeah, that's about just what I was to say. Like I said, I'll be brushing through a lot of these. Very topical. Avatar, the extended set. I saw Avatar in the cinema when it first came out and thought it was good, but I was a kid back then. Got the DVD, watched that a couple of times, but then hadn't watched it again since, well, like I said, probably like 2010, 2011, and then me and Callum went to see it in IMAX for its re-release in September, and as of recording this, we will be going to see it either tomorrow or the next day, the second one I mean, so, and I'm actually quite looking forward to it, but the runtime is scary as fuck, but yeah, really like Avatar, so happy I got to see it in IMAX. It's good. Angry Birds, way better than it should have been. Quite enjoyable. I've not seen the sequel. Assault on Precinct 13. Second sight again. Assault on Precinct 13. Really good Carpenter film. Watched it for the first time a couple of years ago. Very good. Not seen the remake. Apocalypse Now, the final cut. I thought this came with all the cuts, so I've only seen the final cut. I fell asleep. So I think I'm going to get the normal cut at some point and watch that. Ambulance, Callum gave me this because he got the 4K. Again, one of Bay's best films. It's just, Jake Gyllenhaal is so funny in this film. And Michael Bay is obsessed with drones in that. The Artist, £2 at Poundland. I know, £2, Poundland, blah. But, again, it's one of those films like the Oscar thing. I was like, oh, I could check that out. Still not watched it yet. About Time. Heard this was really good, but still not watched it yet. It's a pattern here. American Made, I have seen this, but I've not watched my Blu-ray. Really good film. Quite funny and a great Tom Cruise performance. American Hustle, a bit overrated in my opinion, but still quite good. This is a film that does not get talked about enough. This is Avengement with, what's his name? Scott Adkins. Brilliant film. Check this out if you haven't. It's really good. Airplane, I don't like this as much as everyone else does. Some of the comedy's not for me, but there's some really funny jokes in this, so I do recommend it. I've not seen the sequel, and my dad loves that anyway. Ad Astra, visually it's stunning. I find it a little bit boring, but it's still good. And that is all the A's. Okay, on to the B's. I've had a look. I can't for the life of me find my Bourne trilogy. I can find my Bourne Legacy, but not the Bourne trilogy, because it's single box. So if I come across it, I will cut it in. First off, we have Brick Mansions. Got this for £2 at Poundland. It's fine. Had Paul Walker in it, so I was kind of intrigued. So yeah, it's okay. Boyhood. Bought this before I'd seen the Before trilogy. But I'm really interested to watch this now because the Before trilogy is fucking fantastic. It is here. I'll get to it, but I haven't seen this yet. But it's the same director. And I believe he's got another project in the work that's going to be like, it's going to span like 30 years or something. It's insane. So yeah, I'm going to check that out at some point. Bad Grandpa. I don't actually even know why I bought this because I hate the Bad Grandpa's humor. So I haven't seen it yet. Blue Ruin. Great film from the, it's not the Colours trilogy, but it's the same director as, what's the name? Green Room and another one, I can't remember what it's called, but really solid film. Bad Times at the El Royale, really good film. Tried to get it in 4K a couple of times on HMV, but they've never had it. Sorry if I talk too fast, by the way. But yeah, really great thriller. Definitely check this out. It's on Disney Plus, I think. Secret Life of Pets, again, I don't know why I picked this up. It's kind of a joke between me and Callum. If he's watching, he'll know why, but yeah, I don't actually really know why I have this. It was £2. I bought him a copy and me a copy, and I regret buying me a copy. Blade. Didn't do much for me, to be honest. I respect it, and it's really good for the time, but it just doesn't do anything for me. If you love it, that's great, but it just doesn't do much for me. That's why I don't have the trilogy. Broken Arrow. This film is not as funny as Face Off, but it is still like, there's still some quite funny moments. Yeah, this is when Travolta was in his crazy phase, and he's not even left it. Like, The Fanatic is a perfect example of that, but this is quite funny. Brokeback Mountain, really heart-wrenching, emotional film. Obviously, it's pretty well known. So, but I really like this film. Burn After Reading. This film didn't do much for me. I don't know. I just don't vibe with it. I don't gel with it. And it's the Coen Brothers, but yeah. This film is fucking heartbreaking and horrible. In like, it's just so. It's like a reverse romance. It's just. It's just so upsetting. I do recommend it though, but it is just. Yeah, that's a heavy film. Braveheart. Watched this again. By again, I mean for the first time, maybe ever. Because I think again, it's one of these films where I remember in my childhood I've seen bits of it, but fucking fantastic film. Still weird that Mel Gibson played a Scotsman, but really, really works and very, very good. Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I find this film to be incessantly boring. It's the only one of Fincher's films that I've seen that I just find insufferable, like for most of it. In fact, I've not even finished it because I was so bored. But the only other one of his I've not seen is Mank, and I've heard it's not great. But I'm looking forward to his new film, which does have Brad Pitt in it, so we'll see how that goes. Bad Lieutenant. Heard a lot about this. I know there's a remake with Nicolas Cage, which is I'm going to check out as well. But like I said, it's still sealed, but I've not watched it yet. But I do look forward to watching it. Black Sea. This is actually a lot better than I thought it would be. I saw the trailer for it when I was on YouTube one day, and then I saw it in HMV and was like, fuck it, pick it up. It's actually quite good. It's not amazing, but it's good. Black Mass. A good biopic, kind of mobster thing with Johnny Depp. It's good. It's not amazing, but it is good. This, however, this is fucking fantastic. Brawl in Cell Block 99. Again, S. Craig Zahler. Check this out. It is brilliant. Vince Vaughn puts in such a great performance in this, and it's extremely gory at times, but it is fucking incredible. Showed it to Callum a year or two ago, and he adored it. I'm getting stabbed by this one. That's fun. Blood Diamond. Yeah, it's alright. Didn't really do much for me, but yeah, it was good. Blind Spotting. Absolutely fantastic film. Yeah, check it out. I need to stop saying check it out. The Bank Job. Boys in the Hood. Not seen it. Bronson. Great film. Tom Hardy puts in a fantastic performance here. Black Hawk Down. Good. Battle Los Angeles. It's okay. Breakfast at Tiffany's. Not seen it. Breakfast Club. Brilliant film. Baby Driver again. Brilliant film. Big Trouble in Little China. Brilliant film. Sorry, I'm just going to neaten up the stack here. Black Swan. Great film. Bullet. Not seen it. Brick. Not seen it. Bridesmaids. Not seen it. Blitz. It's not great. Big. Not seen it. Killing Joke. It's okay. First half's good. Second half is just pointless. Dragged out for no reason. Big Lebowski. I don't. It's not my thing. I don't think. It's good, but I don't really get the hype. But I respect it. Black Klansman. Great film. Big Short. Great film. Birdman. Great film. The Bucket List, watched this recently, was in tears by the end of it. It doesn't like reinvent the wheel, but it is still like really, really good. Bloodshot, this is just a big joke between me and Callum. It's not great, but Vin Diesel funny. Bangkok Dangerous, Nicolas Cage is in it. I've not seen it, but I will watch it. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Watched this for the first time a couple of years ago, and I think it's just so wholesome and lovely. I enjoy this film so much. Seen the second one, and I really don't like it. Me and Callum watched it, and I really don't like it. The Bourne Legacy, I've not seen it. I do have the Bourne trilogy, like I said, but I don't know where it is. So if I do find it, it'll go here. I did find it. The Bourne trilogy. I've seen the first one. It's really good. I've not seen the rest of them. That's it. Next we have Bad Boys 1 and 2. I've not watched them, but I've heard they're just not great. And I know some people love them, but apparently they're just too long. Bad Neighbors 1 and 2. The first one's funny, the second one's bad. Batman Anthology. I've seen Batman and Robin. I don't vibe with these films that much. I do plan on watching Forever and Returns at some point, but I don't vibe with them. The last two Bs. The Boiling Point Second Sight. Fucking amazing film. Check that out. And the last B is the B4 trilogy, Criterion. Incredible. One of the best trilogies ever made. Just absolutely incredible. Check it out if you haven't already. And that is the B's. We have the C's. So, starting off with, we have the Cornetto trilogy. One of the best comedy trilogies of all time. I love all of these films equally. Yeah, they're all absolutely fantastic. I have a gripe with the 4K though, it's just one box and I hate shit like that. And this is the thing, it's 20th century, so it could have... No, it's not, it's Universal. I apologise, I was wrong about that. It's just the spine looked the same, so... Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I thought I got this from Poundland. Not seen it, but I heard it was good. And it's Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, I believe. Casablanca. Classic, but I've not seen it yet. Captain Phillips. Really, really good film. Yeah. Crazy Rich Asians. Really good romantic comedy. Contagion. Really, really, really solid kind of virus flick. Concussion, starring Slap a Bitch Will Smith. It's decent. Commando. This film is fucking ridiculous. I had so much fun watching this with Callum. This is one of my dad's favourites, and I showed it to him, and I forgot how insane it was, and we were pissing ourselves at this film. Really great film. Cold Pursuit. I saw this once in cinemas, and I didn't like it, but Callum really likes it, so I was like, do you know what? It's cheap, and I want to rewatch it, so I picked it up for like £2. Colossal. Really cool spin on the whole kaiju thing. Good film. Click. It's funny, but it's bad. My Name is Chef. Really, really, really great film. Just really wholesome. And makes you starving by the end of it. Cold in July. Really, really, really good thriller. I actually really enjoyed this. And this is what made me kind of love Don Johnson. Really good film. Chronicle. What's his name? Josh Trank's only good film. Really, really, really good found footage, kind of superhero horror-y, but not horror-y kind of film. Crimson Peak, Guillermo del Toro's film he did between Pacific Rim and I can't remember what else, but pretty good. The Call, first half's good, second half falls apart. Crank, ridiculously good fun. Really love this film. And its sequel, High Voltage, again, love them both. They're just so ridiculous. The Crow, really, really good. I only watched it recently, but it is really good. Changeling. Yeah, this was good. Sorry, I'm having a hard time. It's been a while since I watched some of these. Crazy Heart, heard it's good. Haven't watched it yet. Charlie's Angels. The first two, well, the only two with these three. My girlfriend loves these, so I bought them so I could watch them with her, and yeah, they're alright. The remake, which I've not watched yet, but I bought it because she wants to watch it as well. Not as well, but she wants to watch it. I don't want to watch. I'm over explaining it. You know what I mean. Closed Circuit. I think my cousin gave me a bunch of Blu-rays because he didn't want them, and this was one of them. So. I sold some, kept some, gave some to Callum. So, Central Intelligence. I don't find this film as funny as some people do, but it's okay. Children of Men, an absolutely brutal and fantastic film. Chappie. Chappie's a big joke amongst me and Callum and some other mates, but yeah, it's okay. I saw it in the cinema. It's okay. Neil Blomkamp for the fellow. And the Clint Eastwood collection, which you might be like, why isn't it's not right? Contains Gran Torino, which is great, Flags of Our Fathers, which is okay, Letters from Iwo Jima, which is fantastic, Mystic River is good, and Unforgiven is fantastic. And that's it for DCs. Race to Witch Mountain, I've never seen it, but my girlfriend likes it. Coco, don't shoot me, but I've never seen it, but I've heard it's really good. Sleeping Beauty, I've seen it once and think it's okay. Although all this Disney stuff's mainly for my girlfriend, but some of it I do like. This was my girlfriend as well, but I really like this as well. It's very good. Aristocats, just it. Oliver and Company, childhood classic for me. Love that film. Hercules, really great film. Lilo and Stitch, I fucking love Lilo and Stitch. So good. I am actually terrified for what they are going to do with the live action. I don't know how the fuck that's going to work, but cool, I guess. Brother Bear, again, childhood classic for me. Tangled, hadn't seen it till my girlfriend showed it me, and it's really good. Frozen, I don't like Frozen, but my girlfriend likes it. I have the second one in 4K because it was our first date film, and blah blah blah. Big Hero 6, great film. Zootropolis, great film. Moana, fantastic. Have that in 4K. There's more Disney stuff, but I'm just doing it in the pile. So, Death Race, really, I have a lot of fun with this. It's quite like Flat Out and Burnout, kind of the game mixed with Mad Max, and yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. I've never seen the sequels, and to be honest with you, I just don't care for them at all. Like, and they don't look good. Detroit, really good racially charged thriller, based on a true story kind of thing. Really good. The Departed, Martin Scorsese, absolutely fantastic film. The Deer Hunter, watched this recently and it flew by. Absolutely fantastic. Brilliant film. Defiance, I saw this when I was a bit younger, and it was the first thing I'd seen Daniel Craig in that wasn't Bond, and I loved it. I haven't seen it since, but I do plan on watching it at some point, like I say I do with everything. Due Date, I've seen it once. Thought it was okay, not seen it since, but I think it was like £1 in Poundland, I think, or CX, sorry. Drive Angry with Nicolas Cage, I watched this once and it's kind of boring, sadly. I mean, he's great, but yeah. Despicable Me, I don't think I'm ever going to watch these again because I find the Minions insufferable. I did enjoy this when I watched it, but I just can't stand the Minions anymore. The Drop, really underrated thriller. I'm not going to say anything about it, but try and go in blind to this because fucking hell, it is great. And I'm pretty sure that was one of James Gandolfini's last performances. One of my favourite films that I've still yet to get in 4K, which I want to get, but it's quite expensive, is Drive. Drive is fucking awesome. Not seen this either. The Devil's Double, bought it because I watched a Count Dankula video about Uday Hussein, and he said it wasn't great, but I'm a sucker for biopics, even if they're shit. So, but yeah, I've not seen it. The Disaster Artist, the biopic of Tommy Wiseau, and from what I remember, I think it was quite good. Donnie Darko, the Arrow video release. This film is fucking fantastic. It is incredible. Die Hard 1 to 5. Die Hard 1 is absolutely fantastic. Die Hard 2 is okay. Die Hard 3 is brilliant. Die Hard 4 is really good. And A Good Day to Die Hard is a big pile of dog shit. The Dirty Harry collection. I've only seen Dirty Harry. I've not seen Magnum Force or any of the rest of them. So, but I did really enjoy Dirty Harry, and I'm looking forward to watching the rest of them at some point. Death Sentence, I bought this recently. This was in one of my pickups videos. Recommended this by Cody Leach. And it's James Wan. I've never heard of it. It's a revenge thriller with Kevin Bacon. So looking forward to checking that out at some point. DC, for context. Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition. The only reason I kept this, I didn't keep the rest of the DC stuff apart from... Yeah. The only reason I kept this is because it's got the theatrical cut in it, and the 4K only has the Ultimate cut. I probably won't watch the theatrical because I think the Ultimate is better, but it's just nice to have it. Wonder Woman 1984, in my pickups video, I said that I bought it off of Callum because he was going to trade it in. I really don't like this film, but it's nice to have it if I do want to watch it, if I do want to inflict pain on myself someday. Sorry, I'm just sorting stuff because I'm particularly doing it. Detective Pikachu. Quite a good film. Way better than I thought it would be. Girlfriend loves it, and I think it's pretty good too. Looking forward to the sequel when it does eventually come out. Day After Tomorrow. I think it's the only Roland Emmerich disaster movie I like. Don't quote me on that, but I really do enjoy this one. Deadfall. I went through a phase after watching Sons where I watched all of Charlie Hunnam's performances, and this is the only reason I have this. It wasn't very good, but it has my boy in it, so. Dog Eat Dog. Paul Verhoeven film. No, Paul Schrader film, sorry. It's not great. It's got Nick Cage and some great actors, but just not great. The last S. Craig Zahler film, as of late, Drag Across Concrete. Fucking terrific film. Fantastic performances from everyone in this, but especially from Mel Gibson and Vince Vaughn, who are our leads. Brilliant film. District 9, Neil Blomkamp's only good film in my opinion. But no, actually, Elysium is good. District 9 is brilliant. Yeah, just some great practical effects and really fucked up shit in that film. Dirty Dancing, classic film that I'd heard about, never watched, bought it when a couple months after I met my girlfriend, and we watched it, and I really loved it. I really loved it. I thought it was quite good, and my mum was always championing it, and I was like, okay, fine. But no, it's actually really good, and there's some like really touchy subjects in this, but it's handled really well, and it's a really, really good film. Dallas Buyers Club. I saw this way back when. I've not watched it again since. When I remember it was incredible. Everyone seems to forget that Jared Leto was really good in this, but you know, and obviously Matthew McConaughey. Back to some Disney stuff. We have Aladdin, the remake. I hate it, but not as much as I hate something else that's coming up later. But Will Smith is actually okay as the genie. Live action Cinderella. Girlfriend liked it. I bought it, watched it. It's fine. Call of the Wild, once again. Guess what? I bought it like around when it came out, and I've still not watched it yet. Because girlfriend went to watch it, but yeah. Brave, fucking brilliant film. And no, it's not just because I'm from Scotland. It is actually genuinely a really good film. Yeah. Bugger, sorry, I'm trying to figure out where everything's gone. Bug's Life, childhood. Really like this film, probably a lot more than most people, but yeah. Solid animated film. Alice in Wonderland, again. Girlfriend likes it. I don't really like it. I think it's, well, yeah, no, it's just not my thing. And Tim Burton's weird. I don't like much of his stuff. Christopher Robin. I actually don't know why I picked this up. Oh, I think it was a 2-for deal with something. And I've not watched it because it's still sealed, but yeah. Probably check that out one day, but yeah. Finding Dory. Saw this in the cinema. It's pretty good. Not as good as Nemo, but still, you know, pretty good. Finding Nemo. Brilliant. Childhood. Fantastic. Monsters Inc. Again. Brilliant. Childhood. Fantastic. Monsters University. Pretty good. Oz the Great and Powerful. I've never seen this. Again. For the girlfriend. Inside Out. I've seen this once. Thought it was good. Want to rewatch it again. See if I get what's going on with it. Live action Jungle Book. Not seen it, but I actually do really want to see it because I've heard that this is one of the good live actions. The live action remakes. Lady and the Tramp. Really, really great film. The remake is boring as all hell. G-Force. I kind of bought it for the joke, but I've not seen it yet, so. High School Musical 3. I love the High School Musical films. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. 3 is my favourite. But yeah, love this. Incredibles. Childhood. Brilliant. Incredibles 2. Saw it in the cinema. It's okay. The Aladdin 3-film set. First Aladdin's good, got that in 4K. Then there's the sequels, which I have no interest in watching, but my girlfriend likes them. So if she wants to watch them, we'll watch them probably. Again, same as Aladdin, Cinderella. Cinderella's okay. Like again, if I say something's okay, I respect it most of the time, unless it is bad. But and the sequels again, I just have absolutely no interest in. Cars, I actually love the first film. The second film is boring. The third film I've not seen yet. The Lion King, I love the original Lion King childhood. The Lion King 2 and 3, I have no interest in, but girlfriend loves them. Little Mermaid, again, childhood, love it. Like the first and second, really don't like the third. I just like these like shiny box sets. So. Santa Buddies. I actually love the Buddies films. Let me sugarcoat it. I wish I got more than one Blu-ray, but the Buddies films are my childhood. Bolt. Saw this in the cinema, and it's okay. Beauty and the Beast. Again, one of my favorite Disney animated films. Absolutely brilliant. I have this in 4K. Onward. Got shafted by the pandemic, but it's okay. Remember I said there was a film that I hate more than this? I despise this. I saw it once in the cinema with my mum. Then I bought it again around Christmas when I met my girlfriend and we watched it. I got halfway through and I genuinely got up and just started doing something else. I was like, I can't. I hate this. It's just so bad. It's soulless. It's way too long and the music's okay, but what a fucking crock of shit aside from that. I'm never going to watch that again. Or like, most likely. Maleficent, my fucking male contestant, double pack. Seen the first one, it's actually pretty good. Second one I've not seen yet. Again, girlfriend. Tron and Tron Legacy, I've not seen these, but I bought these because I am curious about these. Toy Story 1, childhood classic. Toy Story 2, childhood classic. Toy Story 3 I saw in the cinemas, bawled my eyes out, it's brilliant. And Toy Story 4 I love as well. I love them all. I think they're all just fantastic. Yeah. We've got WALL-E, fucking incredible film. Doesn't get enough love, and I'm so excited to hopefully get a 4K of it over here soon. Wreck-It Ralph and Ralph Breaks the Internet. Wreck-It Ralph's really good. Ralph Breaks the Internet is okay. Pirates of the Caribbean quadrilogy. It's the same with Lord of the Rings. I never really watched the Pirates films growing up. I bought the box set like in 2016 and watched them all. And the first one's great. The first one's fantastic. The second one's really good. The third one's really good. The fourth one is boring as fuck, and the fifth one is a pile of dog shit. Salazar's Revenge. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. My boy Cake Gyllenhaal's in this. I know it's Jake, but I call him Cake. Probably know why. My boy Jake Gyllenhaal's in this. I saw this once, way back when. I enjoyed it. I've not watched it again since though. And the last of the D's, Ratatouille. Again, childhood, absolutely fantastic film. And that is the D's. First up is Everest. Saw this in the cinema. Funnily enough, when I went into the cinema, it actually was so cold that me and my dad had to put our jackets on, but it is a very good film. Looking forward to grabbing this in 4K at some point. Alright, Equalizer. Really, really like the Equalizer. Saw the second one in cinemas twice, didn't see this one in cinemas. Second one's not as good as this one, but it does have the benefit of having Pedro Pascal in it, so it bumps up a few points for me. I don't have the second one, which is surprising. Ex Machina. Again, I think this was another one of the first like 100 Blu-rays I bought. But yeah, really, really, really great film. Elf. I can't stand Elf. This is mainly for my mum, but yeah. I guess because she watches so much, she quotes it all the time, and it pain. Enemy. Denis Villeneuve. One of Denis Villeneuve's films. This is a brilliant film. I've always loved this. It was Chris Stuckman that turned me on to it But yeah, such a good film. He's a brilliant director. Escape Plan, surprisingly really good. Not seen the sequels, but this is really good. Check this out if you haven't. Like, actually pretty decent. Escape from New York, another John Carpenter. Quite good. Not everything works for me, but still really solid. End of Watch, brutal and beautiful. This is a brilliant film. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Again, in tears by the end of this. Powerful, heartbreaking shit in this. Elysium, Neil Blomkamp's second feature, I believe. I watched it for the first time a couple of years ago. Actually enjoyed it quite a bit. Exodus, Gods and Kings. This is one of those films that I got with my from my cousin when he just went all digital. Not watched it yet, but I have it. Expendables. It's okay. Expendables 2. I think it's better than the first. It's quite a lot of fun. And Expendables 3. I think I've seen it, but I can't remember it. And that's the E's. Probably the shortest section. Okay. On to the F's. Again, another short section. E is not the shortest. I'm pretty sure the numbers one is the shortest. Yeah, next up we have the Fast and Furious 7 film collection. I do plan when they eventually do release the last two, which will make it 11, I'll probably end up getting the complete set and then trading these in. I'm not sure about getting the 4Ks just yet. I'm still a bit iffy on it, but for a good price, like for £100 for all 11 films eventually on 4K and Blu-ray, I'd get it. But anyway, it's besides the point. Years from there. Let's go through them quickly because again, this is another notable franchise. I'm just going to skim over some other ones. Fast and the Furious. Too Fast, Too Furious. I love the title. The film's Tokyo Drift is fun, but I hate Lucas Black's accent. Fast and Furious is actually pretty decent. Fast 5 is the best. It is incredible. I love that film. Fast and Furious 6 is pretty good. Fast and Furious 7 is pretty good. But yeah, that's all that's in that set. Fast 8 is not great. I've seen it once in the cinema and I've not even opened my Blu-ray yet. But yeah, it's not great. Sorry, I just realised I stacked these wrong. Fantastic Four and Rise of the Silver Surfer double pack. Again, childhood. They're not great, but I do enjoy them. Family. It's okay. Fruitvale Station. Heartbreaking shit. If you haven't seen this, do check it out. Michael B. Jordan is incredible in that film. Four Lions. Quite a funny film about four wannabe terrorists and they're just absolute idiots. It's so funny. First Man. Damien Chazelle's first film after La La Land. It's actually quite good. I really enjoyed it the first time I seen it. I've only seen it once, but I did really enjoy it. The Favourite. This was a weird film. I did really enjoy it, but it is very strange. My mum's very much into the royals kind of stuff, and she was like, "Oh, I'd like to see that." She watched it. She's like, "It was a load of shite," and I was like, "Well, I mean." Yeah, and then when I watched it like a couple of months ago, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's probably not for you, but yeah, it was quite good. The Founder, quite a good biopic. Or, yeah, I'd say it's a biopic, kind of. I don't know what you class as. The Fighter, really good. Great performances from Wahlberg and Bale. Focus, not great, but I find it enjoyable. Yeah. Fighting with My Family, wholesome as fuck shit. Absolutely incredible film. If you haven't seen this, check it out. It is brilliant. Even if you're not into wrestling, it's really good. Free Guy, surprisingly really funny and really good. I'm looking forward to the sequel I think they're making, and yeah, just really good. Faster. I really like this film. I think that this is one of Dwayne Johnson's best performances, and I think you should definitely check that out. If you liked him in Fast 5, check him out in Faster. Oh, Face Off. This film is incredible. It is so funny. You need to check this out. It is ridiculous. I mean, you've probably seen the clips everywhere, but incredible. Free Fire, saw this in the cinema. The first half is really strong, and then I started to get a bit bored of just being in the same location. Now, I don't always get like that, but it just didn't keep me hooked. Although I haven't seen it in ages, so. Fantastic Mr. Fox. Callum showed me this. Masterpiece. Fight Club. Again, Fincher classic. Absolutely brilliant. Fences. Are just a really good family kind of family drama. So grounded and so well made. Brilliant. And Full Metal Jacket. First half is a masterpiece. I lost interest after the event, and yeah, it's not bad by any means, but the first half is amazing, and then after that it just drops off a bit for me. And that's the Fs. Okay, now on to the Gs. What was I going to say about the Gs? Yeah, this one has a big heavy hitter, and do you know what, I'm going to end with that actually. To start off with, we have the G.I. Joe 2 movie set. I've seen the first one, not seen the second one. Again, my girlfriend wanted to watch these, and I thought the first one was okay. I've heard the second one's quite fun, but yeah. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. I've never really been a big Ghostbusters fan. I still get the first and second movie confused. I don't even know which one's which. So yeah, not that I don't like, not that I think it's bad. It's just, it's not my thing. The Ghostbusters female reboot. I got this for £1 in Poundland, and I don't regret it. But at the same time, I don't even know if I'm ever going to watch it. So, Ghost Rider. Kind of boring. The sequel, however, I love the sequel. It's made by the same guys who made Crank and Crank 2. This shit is just insane. I love this film. It is so much fun. Oh, God. Brilliant. Grown Ups. I mean, my dad loves Adam Sandler, and a lot of his films are just not funny to me anymore. I grew up with Adam Sandler, but a lot of his films I found funny then, but now I'm just like, it's a bit cringe. But yeah, Grown Ups is one of them. Grown Ups 2, again, just the same as the first one, pretty much. The Godfather, the Coppola restoration set. I've seen the first Godfather twice, and I have not seen 2 or 3. I found it boring the first time, really liked it the second time. But there's just never films like... I feel like it's one of these films where I'll need to actually start watching it before I get into it, because the whole idea of it just seems a bit boring to me. But like, I love quite dialogue-heavy films, so I probably would like them, but I don't know. Just never really have had the time to do it, so you know. It sucks, but it is what it is. The Girl Trilogy. I love this. I watched it maybe a month ago, and they're all just fan-fucking-tastic. Brutal, but brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Definitely check these out if you haven't yet. And the extendeds, because as soon as I finished watching the normal ones, I went out and got the extendeds. My extendeds came in like a single case box, and I was like, oh, because it said it was Digipack on Amazon, but it wasn't. But then Callum was trading his in, and his was the Digipack. I was like, Callum, can I swap that for mine? And he was like, yeah, sure, it's fine. And so I managed to nick the Digipack off him, and I'm so happy I did, because it's so nice. It comes in a nice little fat case, and oh, it's lovely. Very happy I was able to snake that off him before he got rid of it. Next we have the Ghost in the Shell live action. Visually stunning, just a bit boring. Gladiator. I've seen it once and thought it was good, but I don't love it. I respect it again, but yeah. Gangster Squad is not great. I saw it once and liked it, bought the Blu-ray, haven't watched it, but yeah, it's not amazing. Goosebumps. Callum showed me this. It was there was like a big HMV clearance sale, and it was £3, so I thought, pick it up. Still not rewatched it yet. Quite good though. Goodfellas, watched this recently. I thought it was okay. But ever since the passing of Ray Liotta, I kind of want to go back and rewatch it. So, good time. Robert Pattinson's basically big, hey fuck you world, I can act, I'm not just a sparkly vampire. No, genuinely, if you still think that about him, please move on. That is just not fair. He's doing such great shit with the Batman, with this, with The Lighthouse. He is an incredible actor. The same with Kristen Stewart. Both of them have moved on and they are incredible. Alright? Check out Good Time. Brilliant. Grease, girlfriend, mum, don't really know. I'm not a fan, to be honest. Ghost, again, this was recommended by my mum. It's actually pretty good. A little bit too cheesy stuff in this, but it is good. The remake of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, again, really good because it's directed by Fincher, and it's annoying that we didn't get more, but that's the thing. I don't know if I'm ever going to watch this again. No, I probably will, but I'll probably only watch this if I want like a little dose, but if I want to watch them all, I'll watch the originals. But yeah, really, really good, but a shame. Pardon me, we only got one. Another Fincher, The Game. Really enjoyed this one. I was able to suspend my disbelief for a lot of it, but afterwards when I was talking to Cam, he was like, but how did they arrange all that? And I was like, oh, that's a good point. So it doesn't stop me really liking the film, but dropped it. But when you do start to think about it, it is a bit like, The Goonies. My dad loves this film, but I just find it boring. I'm sorry. The Green Hornet, again, this was I watched this when I was a kid and it was kind of fun. I've not seen it since, and I feel like if I go back and watch it now, I'm probably going to hate it. Another Fincher, Gone Girl. Fucking incredible film. Check that out if you've not seen it, because it is brilliant. Guardians, this is like Russian Avengers, kind of, and it's actually mental. I don't know if you can see. That's our heroes. And they actually, there is actually a budget to this. So there's some pretty cool action scenes, but yeah, it's just ridiculous. Good Will Hunting, absolutely fantastic film. Green Street, this recently got a Blu-ray. I think it's the first time it's been on Blu-ray. Either that or it's a reprint. But again, this is my Charlie Hunnam kick, and it's actually really good. Green Zone, I think I watched with my dad when I was younger, and it was in Poundland, and I've not watched it since. Green Lantern, the CGI in this is awful. The film itself is... but, yeah. The Great Showman, I only recently watched this with my girlfriend, the same day I saw Lyle with Callum, because I really like the music in Lyle, I really like Lyle. And again, this is also really good. I prefer Lyle, but that's probably because I saw that instead of this first, but this is really good. Because I thought it might have been a bit overhyped back when it was in cinemas for ages, and I was like, oh fuck off, it's probably not that good, but it is actually really good. Not just the music, but the actual story and everything. Gone Baby Gone, watched this with my parents and got the Blu-ray, watched it again. Fucking really good film. Green Mile, heartbreaking shit, absolutely brilliant. Game Night, such a good comedy. It's just brilliant. It's so unique, and check this out if you haven't. It's so good. Get On Up, the James Brown story. Chadwick Boseman. Not watched it yet, but I only bought it for him. The Guest, absolutely fantastic film, and the one that got Dan Stevens' notice, as far as I know. Watched this recently with Callum. Oh, And it also got a second like 4K and big like limited set. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Gravity. Oh, I didn't notice that effect on the Blu-ray on the slipcover before, the kind of like the force kind of. I'm speaking shite. I've been at this for nearly 4 hours. But yeah, Gravity. Didn't like it a lot the first time I saw it, but then I rewatched it, and lo and behold, I actually really like it. I don't think it's like, was it Best Picture winner or something? I know it got nominated for it. I don't think it deserves like Best Picture, but it was still good. Shin Godzilla. This film is fucking amazing. This film makes Godzilla actually fucking scary. Like, check this out if you haven't. It is brilliant. And the final G and the big hitter, the Godzilla Criterion with the Showa era films. 15 films. And it's this massive fucking booklet. Look at that art. This isn't an unboxing, but it has like pages for all the different films, and it gives you like a little synopsis and background and the cast and everything. And then the discs are all located in here. Just a bloody lovely set. Looking forward to when I get my own place and I can actually display it properly. Because it's just one big book, and it's just I always forget I have this because it's like in a shelf that's like the perfect size for this, and it's dusty, and like I always forget I have it, and it's just such a lovely little set. It's fucking huge. And that's the G's. Okay, now to the H's. First we have the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. I'd never actually seen these until I met my girlfriend. Wow. Although ironically I ordered this a couple of days before I met her. Outside of that, because I wanted to watch them anyway, but these films are fucking fantastic. They're all brilliant. Yeah, just fucking brilliant films. Human Condition. Heard about these films. Can't remember where from. Told Callum about them. He then proceeded to buy us both copies because they were out of print at the time, and we watched all 3 of them together. They're good. I just found they're just very long, and the ending of the last one is just like, oh, that's kind of brutal. I make sense with the meaning behind the films, but it's just, yeah, it's just a bit like, whoa, cool, but still really good. Yeah. The Halo Complete Video Collection. This has Halo Legends, Halo 4, Forward Unto Dawn, Halo Nightfall, and Halo Fall of Reach. Halo Legends I've not seen, that's why I bought this, because Halo Legends was only ever on DVD until this set. Halo 4 Unto Dawn I've seen, it was pretty decent. Nightfall I'd seen, it was pretty decent. And the Fall of Reach I had, and I don't like that. The animation is disgusting. It just looks so ugly, I don't like it at all. We have Henry's Crime, again, Poundland thing, I've not watched it. Keanu Reeves was in it, it sounded interesting. Hardcore Henry, I love this film, I think it is so much fun. It's a brilliant action film. I thought it would be a bit disorientating in the first person, which it is initially, but after a while, just a shit ton of fun. I have a steelbook for that. Hancock, again, saw this when I was younger. I remember liking it, that's why I've got it obviously, but I've not watched it since. Hulk, me and Callum watched this a couple of years back. The CGI has not held up. So I'm absolutely terrified. Like, there's genuinely parts in it where we're like, oh my god, that is what is that? And I am actually scared as to what the 4K looks like. But it's kind of this thing of, if it's cheap enough, I might pick it up and force Callum to watch it with me again so we can see how funny it is. So we can see how, yes, that is English, yes. Hotel Artemis, saw this in the cinemas. I really liked it. It's not amazing, but it's a pretty good time. It's actually really good. Sorry, some of them I have the tickets on the front until I open them. History of Violence, heard about this film for a while, and yeah, it's really good. Heat, this was like the cheapy crappy CEX, like 50p copy. Really good shit. Probably going to pick up the 4K at some point. Dwayne Johnson's Hercules, this is it's not great, but the Hercules, The Rock makes it watchable. Hitman's Bodyguard. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Heard the sequel's absolute shite though, but yeah. The Hurt Locker, really, really, really good. I do think it's a bit overrated in terms of the Academy kind of just like, yeah, it I don't think it deserved was it Best Picture it won? It doesn't say. This must have come out before it, but yeah, I don't think it deserved Best Picture, but it is really good. The Hunt for Red October. Really, really, really good submarine film. You don't get much of them as far as I know, but this was really solid. Hell or High Water. Saw this in the theaters. This is absolutely fantastic. Taylor Sheridan. I still have a hard time believing that he's what's his name? I can't remember what his first name is, but he's the deputy in Sons of Anarchy for the first 3 seasons, Hale. And I still have a hard time that guy has written some of my favourite shit, like Hell or High Water, Wind River. Pretty sure he writes Yellowstone. Maybe not, but he's written so much good shit that it's like, dude, leave some for us, please. He wrote Sicario. It's insane. And that is just brilliant as well. This is a film I've had for a while, and me and Callum watched a couple of years back, and I was always scared to watch it because I knew one of the things that happens with the dog, and that's the hunt. This film is horrifying. It is brilliant though. It is absolutely fantastic, and even the end you're like, oh my god, like it's a tough watch. I forgot I had this Hitman Extreme Edition, and I find it fun. It's bad, but it's kind of fun. Happy Gilmore. This is one of those Adam Sandler films that I stand by to this day that is actually really funny. It's my dad's favourite, and it's just hilarious. Her, yeah, it's good. Yeah, I don't have much more to say than that. I don't love it, but but it is good. Yeah, don't really know what else to say about it. Hummingbird. I don't think I've actually seen this yet. I went through a Jason Statham phase and I bought a bunch of his films. Hours with Paul Walker. It's actually pretty good. Hail Caesar, not seen it. Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. Again, girlfriend liked it, and yeah, it's pretty decent. Hotel Transylvania, actually really good. I've not seen the second. I have seen the third. I saw the third one first because I have an unlimited card, and what I did was there was Time to Kill, so we just went to see that one, and I actually quite liked it, so I bought the first 2. Don't have the third one yet though. Horrible Bosses. Horrible Bosses 2, I haven't seen yet. Happy Feet, I've not seen. Happy Feet 2, I've not seen, but I've heard they're good. Hunger Games, I love. Is it Catching Fire? Yeah, I love Catching Fire. I find the Hunger Games to be a bit boring. Mockingjay Part 1 was boring, and Part 2 was okay. But I love Catching Fire. So I need to get them in 4K at some point. The Hangover, absolutely hilarious. Hangover 2, not as good as the first, but still decent. The Hangover 3, trash. The Harry Potter sets, all the Harry Potter films. I saw half of these in cinemas, and got the set for Christmas a couple of years ago. Actually, no, it's like 5 years ago. And rewatched them in 2018 because I was like, oh, they're just overrated. But then I watched them in like really quick succession, and the way they pay off like arcs from the start through to the finish is just genuine goosebumps at times. Like, it's such a brilliant film series. It wraps together so well. Yeah. And it surprised me that they're all true 4Ks. Like, they're all like, yeah, it's insane. Fantastic Beasts, Where to Find Them. Really enjoy this film. Crimes of Grindelwald, boring as shit, but not as bad as I remember it being. Secrets of Dumbledore, I actually really enjoyed. And we're probably not going to get any more, but, you know. And that is the H's. Right. So, we have The Internship. Not seen it, but I've heard it's quite funny. The Italian Job. My girlfriend said that she quite liked this film. So I bought it, and I had to buy it 3 times before CEX would actually send me the Blu-ray, not the fucking DVD. So The Island, and actually another good Michael Bay film. In Time, not great, but I enjoy it. I Am Not a Serial Killer. I got halfway through this and I stopped to do something else, and I still yet to go back to it. The Iceman, okay. Injustice, again, okay. I, Robot, I've seen once when I was little and I thought it was good then, but from what I've seen, I think I would probably just be neutral on it. In Bruges, hilarious, brilliant. Instant Family, one of the most surprisingly heartwarming and just... This film is fucking great. If you haven't seen it, pick this up. This is not a generic like family comedy. It is, and the fact it says the director of Daddy's Home, just forget that. This is really, really, really good. I Love Dogs. I do. Beautiful animation. Pretty good film. Imperium. Pretty decent. Daniel Radcliffe's very good in this. The Interview. I've seen it once with Callum and thought it was funny, but that was like 8 years ago and I've not watched it since. No, I thought it was still sealed, but it's not. The Imitation Game, brilliant, brilliant film. Yeah. I Am Legend, really, really good. If Beale Street Could Talk, powerful, powerful shit, very good. I, Tonya, fantastic performance from Margot Robbie, really good film. Inside Llewellyn Davis, really good, really emotional stuff. I believe it's Coen Brothers. But yeah, really good. Iron Sky, bought this, Iron Sky and Iron Sky 2. Bought these because the concept to me was just hilarious. I've only seen the first, but I really want to see the second because of the fucking T-Rex in the front. But I've heard that the second one is like, I mean, even the first one was but... Ice Age 1, childhood, love it. Again, Ice Age 2, childhood, love it. Ice Age 3, childhood, I really like it. Ice Age 4, I've not seen, girlfriend likes it. Ice Age 5, I've not seen, girlfriend likes it, but I've heard those two are not great. And Indiana Jones. Now, I've never really been that big into Indiana Jones. I've watched Raiders of the Lost Ark and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull loads. I think I've only seen Temple of Doom and Last Crusade once. Yeah, they're just not for me. Well, it's not that they're not for me. It's just, I don't know. I've just never really gotten into them. But I think I'm rewatching them with Callum because he got the 4K set soon. So, but we'll see how that goes. And that's the eyes. So the first J we have is the Jerry Bruckheimer set. Now this was out of print at one point, but now it's just readily available. And this has The Rock, Armageddon, Con Air, Enemy of the State, Crimson Tide, Deja Vu, Gone in 60 Seconds, and Pearl Harbor. I've seen The Rock. It's a lot of fun. Armageddon I've not seen. I've seen it once when I was younger, but I can barely remember it. Con Air I saw. It was fun. Enemy of the State I've not seen. Crimson Tide I've not seen. Deja Vu I've not seen. Gone in 60 Seconds I've not seen. And Pearl Harbor I have not seen. I bought this set because it's just a cool little set. So I look forward to checking those films out eventually. I bought it for Crimson Tide mainly, but the rest are like bonuses. Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. I find this film to be a lot of fun. I've seen the original and I don't like it. I find it boring. If you love it, that's great. But I know I should be grateful that that's the one that they gave us these. But these are so much more fun in my opinion. And you can probably guess what I think of the sequel. I really like both of them. Again, this was something else I saw with my girlfriend when we first started dating, and yeah, love both of them. Johnny English and Johnny English Reborn. Childhood kind of things, but I don't love them. I remember finding them funny at the time. Haven't watched them since. But I got the set and I saw Johnny English Strikes Again in cinemas and hated it. I just found it so cringe, so I don't know how I'm going to feel about those when I rewatch them. A big set here. I won't run through all of them. I'll only run through the ones I've seen. And that's the James Bond set. It has all... What is it? 24 films. Yes, all 24 films it has up to Spectre. Please ignore the dust. These have been sitting on the shelf for a while. So I've seen Dr. No, which was funny because of how just wrong they were back then From Russia with Love was good. Goldfinger was good. Thunderball was great. You Only Live Twice. I've seen. No, I've not. I've seen him on Her Majesty's Secret Service. It's fine. Live and Let Die I really like because my dad's favourite is Roger Moore. I know a lot of his songs aren't good, but that's what I grew up with. The Man with the Golden Gun's good. Spy Who Loved Me is good. Moonraker's stupid but good. I've seen Octopussy, which is just a funny name in general. I've seen Goldeneye, that's great. I've seen Die Another Day, it's okay. Casino Royale is my favourite. Quantum of Solace is fucking dumb and not in a good way. Skyfall is fantastic and Spectre is fine. But yeah, I love the little set, and yeah, 24 films for I think it was like £40, which is kind of insane when you think about it. Judy, I haven't actually watched this yet. This was from my mum. She wanted me to get it on DVD, and I was like, I'll just get the Blu-ray because I'll watch it at some point as well. And she's seen it. She says it's good, but I have not. Jerry Maguire, again, one of those classic films that I picked up, but I've still not watched yet. Jojo Rabbit, saw this in cinemas. Really, really funny, but also very serious at the same time. Very good. Jane Got a Gun, I find this to be quite boring, but yeah, it's just me. JFK, again, I found it to just be boring. Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit, I've not actually even seen. Jackass 3, I think I've seen all the Jackass films apart from Forever. Yeah, I find some of the Jackass stuff funny and some of it I find insufferable, like the Dirty Grandpa. Jack Reacher, a really great film. The sequel is boring as fuck and I despise it. I don't despise it, it's just so boring. Jarhead, watched this recently. Really, really good film. Fantastic performance from Jake Gyllenhaal in this. Judas and the Black Messiah, watched this with Callum like a year ago. Very, very powerful and very good film. Jungle, still yet to watch this. It looked interesting. It was only after I bought it that I realised it's the same director as Wolf Creek. So. And finally, this is Ed Sheeran's Jumpers for Goalpost. It's the concert film of his time at Wembley when he released Multiply. I like Ed Sheeran. I don't like a lot of pop anymore after getting into like metal, but I still have a soft spot for Ed Sheeran. Say what you will about him, but I like him. And that is the J's. Now on to the K's. First up, we have the Kung Fu Panda trilogy. I love the first Kung Fu Panda. I saw it in cinemas and I watched the DVD so many times. Never saw the sequels until a couple of years ago. And Kung Fu Panda 2 is one of the best animated films I've ever seen. 3 is okay, but my god, these films, the first two films, they're just so good that I'm so surprised. And I'm very happy to own these. The Karate Kid collection, I picked this up a year or two ago. Same time as I was up my Tenet 4K with Callum. If you've seen my 4K video, you'll know the story behind that. I love Cobra Kai. I've seen the Karate Kid once, ages ago, but I've not seen any of the other ones. So I picked this up. It comes with 1, 2, 3, and the next Karate Kid. But I'm not interested in the next Karate Kid. I'm only interested in the first 3. But I've still to check these out. So that's a reprint. You couldn't get that before, but that came out like a year ago. Kick-Ass. Really fun comic book film, but obviously not your Marvel kind of comic book film. Kick-Ass 2, not as good as the first, but still good. Knowing, Callum turned me on to this film ages ago, and then I rewatched it again recently, and it's goofy, but I enjoy it. Killing Them Softly, I found this to be just really boring. I thought I was going to love it, and I just was a bit bored by it. Kubo and the Two Strings, I've heard this is fantastic, but I've not checked it out yet. King of Comedy, watched this recently. This is brilliant, as you probably know, yeah. Joker does copy a lot from this and Taxi Driver, but I still love Joker, and I love this, and I'm starting to like Taxi Driver a lot more. To Kill a Mockingbird, heard great things about it, but not seen it yet. Night and Day, girlfriend says it's good, and it's James Mangold, and it's Tom Cruise, and I'll probably end up enjoying it. Peter Jackson's King Kong, I actually really like this film. I think it's great. Yeah. Kill Your Friends, Poundland, not seen it. Looks kind of fun. I know it's not great, but I like Nicholas Hoult, so I'm interested. And The King's Speech, great film. Very good film. And that is the K's. Okay, onto the L's. Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Seen this once. Quite fun. Cradle of Life I've not seen yet. Lethal Weapon Quadrilogy, I believe. Or the full Adrenaline Fueled collection. I've seen Lethal Weapon 1 and I thought it was good. I've not seen the rest of them yet. The Lego Ninjago movie. This film is way better than I know and gives it credit for. It's not trash. It's actually really good. And I like it more than the Lego Movie Part 2, personally. I still sealed. Yeah, I do have the first Lego movie. I have it in 4K. And I have the Lego Batman movie that's in 4K as well. Yeah. I don't like this one as near as much as any of the other ones. The Lorax, Girlfriend. It's okay. The Last Samurai, absolutely incredible film. Great Tom Cruise performance. Life, pretty fun film. Hilarious press tour if you've seen the interviews with Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal. Absolutely hilarious. Lost City of Z, my boy Charlie Hunnam's in this. That's why I picked it up. Yeah. It's pretty good. Life of Pi, not seen it. Picked it up for like £2 in HMV and I'm still yet to watch it. Life of Brian, I'll just come out and say I don't think this is funny. I just find it a bit cringe. If you do think it's funny, that's great. But it's just not for me. Legend, pretty good. Tom Hardy is amazing in this. The film overall is okay. Pardon me. Last King of Scotland. A fantastic performance from Forest Whitaker. That's why he won the Oscar for it, as far as I know. Yep. Yeah. Brilliant film. Lincoln Lawyer. Pretty good. Pretty good. Lady Vengeance. Not watched it yet. Lone Ranger. Not watched it yet. Why is that not on the Disney section? I need to correct that. Lucy. Not great. Got a cinema ticket on here. Lady Bird, saw this in cinemas. Brilliant film. Have yet to rewatch it. Looper. I think it's good. I don't love it, but I do think it's good. Last Christmas. I really like this film. I think it's funny and it's kind of sad. Yeah, I really like it. Why is there no disc in here? Find the disc. My mum had it. Lion. Saw this in the cinema. Very good. Layer Cake. Heard a lot about it and it's okay. I need to rewatch it again. I do want to. Lincoln. I've heard great things about this, but again, I've not watched it. Les Miserables. I actually don't know why I bought this. Probably for the girlfriend, I believe. I've seen. I just don't think it's my thing. Rooster Teeth's Laser Team. I actually saw this in the cinema, and there's some really good comedy. It is pretty cringe for the most part, but again, it's cool to support like YouTubers, like fellow YouTubers and that thing. Locke, one of my favourite films of all time. Absolutely fantastic performance from Tom Hardy. Just all set in a car. Brilliant. Rewatched it with Callum recently and I still love it. Little Women. Still not seen it yet. The Last Witch Hunter. This film is boring as shit. La La Land. Saw this in the cinema with my mum. Really enjoyed it. Not watched it since. Yeah. Lady in the Van. Not watched it yet. Got it in Poundland. Limitless. I actually really enjoyed this film. It's stupid, but I found it fun. The Ledge, again, my boy Hunnam was in it, so I watched it and I got the Blu-ray later. The Last Duel, one of the most underrated films of 2021. Absolutely fucking fantastic. Check this out if you haven't yet. Last Action Hero, childhood kind of thing. Brilliant. Let's Be Cops, I think I saw it once and I found it quite fun. And Logan Lucky, saw it in the cinema, thought it was decent. Watched it again with my girlfriend. It's pretty good. And that's the L's. Onto the M's. Let's start with this. First Mad Max. I don't really like it. I find them... I admire how much they got done on that budget. But they're just not for me. Same with the second one. and same with the third. I'm happy I have them, but I just don't enjoy them. Fury Road, however, is brilliant. The reason I have the 3D is because this was one of the first Blu-rays I got as well. Got this on release day. They didn't have the Blu-ray. They didn't have the Blu-ray on its own. They just had the 3D because it was sold out, and I was like, just give me that. So I'm happy to have it though because it's got a nice lenticular to it. So yeah. The Man with No Name trilogy, which is a fistful of dollars for a few dollars more, and Good, Bad and the Ugly. I've only seen Fistful and I found it to be quite mid. I've not seen the rest, but I do want to check them out at some point. Men in Black 1 and 2. I don't even know why I have these, to be quite honest. Like, I don't enjoy Men in Black 1, 2 and 3 that much, but I guess it was kind of like an impulse kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. They're just not my kind of thing, but I don't really know why I have them. I think my girlfriend likes them, but I actually like Men in Black International. But I don't like... I'm not really fond of the previous ones, even though that's the one that's not liked, so... Magic Mike and Magic Mike XXL, because I've heard that they're actually really good dramas. Well, this one is. I've heard that this one's a bit more wanky, but then the third one's being directed by this guy, so... Yeah, I want to check them out before, because they're apparently not just stripper movies. My badly damaged front of the Hobbit trilogy, although now I have them in 4K. I'm not going to go into this. Well, fuck it, I will. I really like the Hobbit films. I liked the Hobbit more than the Lord of the Rings for the longest time, but that's changed now. But this was the first exposure I had to Lord of the Rings live action, and Callum introduced me to it. So, and then obviously the standard Lord of the Rings box set, all fantastic films. And it's funny, like 2 weeks before I bought the 4Ks for them, I managed to pick up the extended like big chungo box in CEX for like 30 quid, and I am glad I did get it because it has all the special features and stuff, and that's the only reason I'm keeping it. And I want to get the extended to the Hobbit on Blu-ray as well, but that's out of print and it's expensive, so I'll just wait for a good deal on that. Madagascar trilogy. First one's childhood, second one's childhood, the third one I don't really like, to be honest. Maze Runner, girlfriend loves it. Scorch Files, girlfriend loves it. Don't have the Death Cure, not seen it. Mamma Mia, it's okay. Here We Go Again, I saw in cinemas and it's still sealed. I pre-ordered it. I really enjoyed it at the time, but I don't know how much I'd enjoy it now. The Mummy trilogy, love the first one, childhood. Second one's okay. Third one is trash. I only saw the third one like a year ago. Moon, brilliant film. Yeah. The Martian, saw it in cinemas, really, really good. Me Before You, really sad, but really, really lovely film. Yeah. Man from U.N.C.L.E., saw it in cinema, really enjoyed it. Not seen it since, but like as I said, I remember enjoying it a lot, so I got it. Marriage Story, watch it on Netflix. Pre-ordered the Criterion. Brilliant film. Heartbreaking, but absolutely fantastic. In kind of the same vein as Blue Valentine. Murder on the Orient Express, saw this in the cinema. Yeah, it's decent. Magnificent Seven, saw this in the cinema. Good fun. Macbeth, I found to be quite boring, to be honest. Yeah, not much more to say on that. Mechanic, I haven't seen it, but again, my Staith kick, I bought it. Mirror Mirror for the girlfriend, I don't like this very much at all. It's just boring and kind of cringe. Much Ado About Nothing, again, I don't know why I bought this. It was in Poundland for £2, and I don't know. Apparently it's good, but I don't really see how I'm going to like it. Manchester by the Sea, I was going on about this when it was nominated for the Oscar, and I said it looked good and blah blah. And then when I did eventually pick it up, I've still not watched it yet, and I'll get around to it one day, but you know. Machete, I still haven't seen it, but well, I have it. Mud, again, still haven't seen it, but I have it, and I've heard it's good. Minority Report I've seen once, ages ago, and then I rewatched it like a month or two ago. good, but I do have problems with it. Memento, Nolan film, absolutely brilliant. Mandela, Long Watch Freedom, bought it because Idris Elba was in it, and that's it. I really like Idris Elba. The Mule, I find this really boring, to be honest. The best film ever made, Morbius. It's not that bad. It's not great, but it's fine. I enjoyed myself for the most part. But the memes have been the best part about this. I watched Callum's copy, but I got myself a copy. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Saw it in Poundland, and the girlfriend wanted to pick it up because she likes it. Not seen it yet. The Machinist. Harrowing performance from Christian Bale. Brilliant film. Max Payne. It's not great. The Mummy. This film is fucking just so boring. Oh god, I watched it with Callum and I nearly fell asleep. The Meg. The only shark film I actually kind of like. It's dumb, but you know, it's kind of fun. Mortal Engines. I've still to watch this, but it's one of those cases of starting a franchise but not giving people enough and setting up too much, and it got cancelled. And Moneyball. Again, I've not seen it, but I've heard it's really good. And that's the M's. Now You See Me. It's okay. Now You See Me 2 I've not seen yet. Although, the one good thing my ex-friend did say is that this should have been called Now You Don't. And I do agree with that. Night at the Museum. The first two are childhood. I've not seen the third. Nightcrawler, absolutely fantastic. One of Jake Gyllenhaal's best performances. Nerve, better than I expected. Nightmare Alley, Guillermo del Toro. Watched this like a month or two ago. Brilliant film. Really, really good film. Need for Speed. I think the last time I watched this was like 2015. Yeah, it's not great, but it had Aaron Paul in it, and that kind of helps me get through it. No Country for Old Men, absolutely fantastic. The Notebook, not seen it, but you know, I've heard it's alright. Notorious, another one of those films that my cousin had and I just sort of got. Nocturnal Animals, fucking brilliant film. Aaron Taylor Johnson is terrifying in this. And The Nice Guy is one of the best comedies of the last 10 years. So fucking funny. And that's the end. Olympus Has Fallen. Surprisingly really good. Sorry, it felt a bit light there. Surprisingly really good. Yeah, quite enjoyed it. London Has Fallen. Not as good, but decent. I've not seen Angels Fallen, although my dad has. Yeah, I there's nothing to add to that. Ocean's 8, saw it in the cinema. Thought it was decent. Still not rewatched it. Oceans 11, 12 and 13. I've seen 11. That was really good. Haven't watched the rest. Once Upon a Time in the West. Again, I've heard it's great, but not seen it yet. One Day. Remember this being really, really quite heartbreaking and quite good, so pick that up. Oh Boy. I don't know if I'm going to ever watch this again because it is just so fucked up, but it is really, really good. Only the Brave. Surprisingly, really, really good. I don't know what you'd call it. Not a biopic, but like a really, really good true story kind of thing about firefighters. Check that out, it's really good. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Watched this with Callum recently. Brutal. Really, really good, but brutal. Only God Forgives. I didn't like for the longest time, but then I rewatched it with Callum, and it's not as bad as I remember it being, and not as bad as everyone says it is, but it's still not great. This is one of the biggest surprises of this year. This film is incredible. The outfit, if you've not seen this, check it out. It is brilliant. Out the Furnace. Again, I picked this up because Christian Bale's in it. I've not seen it yet. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I've not actually seen this yet, but it's Coen, so I picked it up. And that's the O's. Point Break. Heard it's really good. I've not seen it. Obviously, and apparently the remake is shite. Platoon. Again, heard it's great, but not seen it. Phone Booth. Actually really good. Watched this on New Year's Eve a couple of years ago. Really, really good film. Public Enemies, heard about it but not seen it, and yeah, it's going to take me a while to get into that. Predestination, really, really underrated time travel flick. Again, Ethan Hawke, love him. Really, really good film. Check it out if you haven't. Nope, that's going to stay out because I have the 4K now. Paddington and Paddington 2. Callum introduced me to these. These are so fucking wholesome. These are so good. And I can't wait for the third one. God, these films are brilliant. They're so lovely. Second one is... They're both amazing, but the second one is the superior one, but it doesn't... Oh. Check Paddington and Paddington 2 out, no matter what your age. It's just brilliant, honestly. Police Academy. First one's quite funny, and then they just get progressively worse and worse. And I stopped at City Under Siege. I just couldn't go any further. I don't know if I will. I've considered many a time trading this in, but I just don't. It's just not worth the money that you get for trading it in, so I'll probably just keep it. Pacific Rim Uprising, one of the most disappointing sequels I've ever seen. It completely loses the point of the first Pacific Rim, where all their Jaegers are like it's the last Jaeger, so any damage, any ones they lose, they're not going to get it back. Whereas in this, they're like, oh, one gets destroyed, brand new one right away. Oh, yeah, it's fucking terrible. Saw that in the cinemas and liked it, but that's only because it was in the moment. But now I know you might be like, what's AVP? Not PVA. Alien vs Predator. I've seen this film like 6 times, and my girlfriend actually really, really likes it, which is kind of weird, but yeah, I think it's actually pretty good. This is shit. You can barely see what's going on, and it just takes things a bit too far. The Punisher collection, it's because the Punisher and the Punisher Warzone. The Punisher with Thomas Jane's a bit cheesy, and the Punisher Warzone I actually really like. I think it's fucking badass. And the TV show is incredible. I cannot wait for him to come, for Jon Bernthal to come back. I'm so excited for that. Pitch Perfect, picked this up for my girlfriend. I've still not seen it. Philomena, I've heard it's good, but again, still not seen it. Planet Terror, I have seen this. It's pretty decent. A Prayer Before Dawn. Watched this film for a while, and then saw it was getting a Blu-ray release. Got it, watched it. It's actually pretty good. Poseidon. I hadn't heard of this film for ages, and then I was like, oh my god, I love this kind of disaster, kind of stranded at sea thing, and it's actually pretty decent. Patterson, heard it's really good, but not seen it. God, how many times have I said that in this video? The Program, actually really good. Quite enjoyed this one. Not seen it in like 6 years though. Pianist, not seen it, but I've heard it's great. And apparently it's fucking horrible. Like, it's brutal. So, again, it's a film you have to be in a specific mood for. Paul, it's okay. Prisoners, fucking brilliant. Heartbreaking stuff. Hugh Jackman is insane in this. Jake Gyllenhaal, everyone is just brilliant in this. Shout out to Paul Dano as well. Popstar, Never Stop, Never Stopping. I found most of this funny. Yeah. I like it. Place Beyond the Pines, really, really interesting thriller. And the way it the way it sets it up. Watch it. I'm not going to say anything. Watch it. Push. It's not great. It's okay. Passion of the Christ, another film that my cousin dumped on me. Not dumped. I mean, I was very grateful for it, but I do actually want to watch this at some point. Like, I've kept all the ones I actually do want to watch at some point. Pig, fucking brilliant film. Nicolas Cage, so good. And Papillon, with my boy again, Charlie Hunnam. But that wasn't just, well, it was just because he was in it, but it's actually apparently really good. So, and that's The Peas. Queen and Slim, I've heard it's really good. Not watched it yet. Reservoir Dogs, love this film. Got the 4K now. Still going to keep the Blu-ray, I think, though. Pulp Fiction, got the 4K. Fucking brilliant. Love this and Reservoir Dogs. Jackie Brown is my least favourite, I think, of his. I just find it really boring. Kill Bill Volume 1, fantastic. Kill Bill Volume 2, fantastic. Inglourious Basterds is fantastic, but it needs to get a proper 4K because apparently the 4K we have right now is actual dog shit. Django, again, fantastic. Hateful Eight, fucking brilliant. Had my boy Walton Goggins in it. And a documentary about said person, QT8, the first 8. I've not seen it yet, but yeah. Master Q's, yeah, there's just really short. Rambo 1 to 4. Really, really like the Rambo films. Rambo 1's fantastic. Rambo 2's okay. Rambo 3's okay. I actually love Rambo. It's brutal, but it's really, really good. Rambo Last Blood I saw twice in cinemas. Really liked it the first time. Liked it less the second time. It kind of ruins the end of Rambo 4 for no reason really. But it's still a fun time. Well, I say it's a fun time at the end, but not. It's okay. Could have been a lot worse. The Rocky films. Now the Rocky films again is another childhood thing. I love all the Rocky films. The first one is great, but it's the one I like watching the least. My favourites are 3, 4, Balboa, and then the Creed films. But yeah, 1 is fantastic. 2 is really good sequel. 3 is dumb. 4 is even dumber in the best way. 5 is actually probably the worst, definitely. Balboa is fantastic. Creed is fantastic, and Creed 2 is fantastic. Just bloody brilliant. In fact, where are they? We'll get them. Yeah. Creed 2, me and Colin both saw these in the cinema together, and we're very excited for Creed 3, so. Where are we at? 2 of the best action films ever made, The Raid and The Raid 2. Again, a me and Callum thing, like, fuck, these films are brilliant. So some of the best action films ever. If you haven't seen these, go and see them. Robocop trilogy. Seen the first one. Thought it was quite good. Not seen the other ones. Heard they're not great, but again, it was cheaper than getting it on its own. Chronicles of Riddick. It's not great. Pitch Black's great though. Riddick. No, it's not great. Remake of Robocop. I don't actually mind it, to be honest. I think it's okay, but nowhere near the original. Ride Along and Ride Along 2 I've not seen, and genuinely I don't actually know if I'm ever going to watch these because I just don't know if I'd find them funny. But I have them, and they were cheap, I'm pretty sure, like 50p each. So. Rush, really, really, really good film. Chris Hemsworth, Daniel Bruhl, fantastic. Ready Player One, saw it in the cinema. It's okay. I like it less and less the more I see it. Real Steel, really, really underrated film. A lot of fun. Quite heartwarming. Rupture, picked it up in Poundland. Don't know if I'll ever watch it, but it's there. Rock'n'Rolla, I can't remember much about this film, but I'm pretty sure I remember liking it. But yeah, I mean, it's Guy Ritchie, so it's probably entertaining in some form. Red State. Yeah, it's okay. Rango Unchained. No, Rango I've heard really good, although that same ex-friend who's wouldn't shut the fuck up about it, so it's kind of put me off that a bit, but I have heard it's really good. Robot Overlords, again, I don't know why I have this, and I don't know if I will ever actually watch it, but I have it. Yeah. The Road, really soul-destroying shit, but really, really good. The Room, I didn't like this. I found it quite boring, and I didn't get the hype. Rocket Man, one of the best music biopics in recent memory. So fucking good. Robin Hood, again, I don't know why I keep picking these shit up. I mean, it's nice to have it, I guess. And it's cheap. The Running Man, again, something where my dad loves Schwarzenegger and all the 80s action heroes, so this is actually really good. I quite like that. Rampart, heard it's quite good. I love Woody Harrelson, so I'll probably check it out at some point. R.I.P.D. Now this is one I genuinely don't know why I bought. Maybe for a piss take, but oh god, I can't believe this actually got a sequel that came out like this year. Yeah, if you didn't know that, there is one. Go look it up. I think it's R.I.P.D. I can't remember what the subtitle is. Red Dawn. I heard. I just picked it up because it was like 1p, but I've heard it's not great. But I might check it out because it's got some people in it I like, so we'll see. and Run All Night. I think I've watched this. I think it was okay. I can't remember, but yeah, that's the R's. First we have a Stallone kind of box set. It has Cobra, Assassins, Tango and Cash, The Specialist, and Demolition Man. I've seen Cobra. It's cheesy and fun. Assassins I've not seen. Tango and Cash I think is so much fun. The Specialist I've not seen, and Demolition Man I have seen, and it's, but not for ages, and it's a classic. Schwarzenegger box set that comes with Total Recall, Raw Deal, and Red Heat. Total Recall is great, and I've not seen the other two, but I will check that at some point. Star Wars Complete Saga. This is kind of defunct now because I have the 4Ks. But yeah, it is just, what am I trying to say? Yeah, prequels were my childhood, and so was the original Star Wars. But recently I rewatched, well, we're getting into Star Wars anyway because there's all the shit coming up, but recently I rewatched the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy with Callum, along with Revenge of the Sith, and I really like them all. The only film I feel like if I went back and watched it I wouldn't like is probably Phantom Menace, because that's the most boring one, but yeah, I love Star Wars. And I'm absolutely sick to death of everyone just picking it apart. Like, yeah, I get it, maybe it's not that good, but like, ugh. And if you're one of those people, leave now, because I say leave now, you've probably been here. Like, you're not gonna get this far. But I've got some opinions you're probably not gonna want to hear if you don't like the sequel trilogy. So, but yeah, Star Wars set, and these sets were always so expensive. Like, that one was 50 quid for the longest, and now you can get all 9 films for like 60 quid. Oh, it's insane. An out of print one is the Clone Wars movie, which is just a couple of episodes bundled into a film for theatrical release. It's just a big way to advertise the TV show. And we'll get to the TV show because I have it on Blu-ray, but it's not great. But as I said, you need to watch it. Well, you don't need to watch it, but it helps with starting the Clone Wars show. This is the Force Awakens 3D Blu-ray. Now, I have, if we're going by like box copies, like how many boxes I have, 1, 2, 3, 4 box copies of Force Awakens. But if we're going by disc copies, I have 1 3D, 1 3D, 1 Blu-ray, 2 Blu-ray, 3 Blu-ray. Fuck it, I'll just, so 3 Blu-rays, no, 3 Blu-rays, 5 Blu-ray copies, 1 3D and 1 4K, so 5, but 7 copies of The Force Awakens, because it's my favourite sequel trilogy and film, and it's my favourite Star Wars film, I think, because it just means so much to me. It was the first Star Wars film I saw in cinemas that I can remember seeing, but because I know I saw Revenge of the Sith, but yeah, I love that film so much, and when I saw this in Tesco, I just had to buy it. Like, it's just lovely. Like, it's a lovely little thing. Like, I can't watch 3D Blu-rays, but it's just something to where, like, yeah, it was my first Star Wars film that I ever saw in the cinema, and I just loved it, and I still do. I've seen it 8 times now, and 8 times for me in like the last 7 years is insane. I watched it again with Cam the other day, along with the other sequels, which we'll get to, but I fucking love The Force Awakens. I don't care if it's a reach out of New Hope, I enjoy it. If you don't, that's completely fine, but don't shit on other people for their opinions, please. It's just not cool. It really isn't. Let people enjoy what they do as long as they're not hurting anyone. And don't go and say, oh, they're hurting my feelings, because no, that does not count. Alright? Unless they're being racist or outright offensive, there's no excuse for shitting on someone's opinion, okay? It's just not cool. Sorry, that was a bit of a tangent, but it needs to be said when it comes to these films. Pre-ordered the Force Awakens Dark Side covers. I don't remember when they did these, and they did them for the RAW, but it just doesn't work that well. But yeah, I've had this since release day of the Blu-ray. Rogue One, again, I loved Rogue One. Rogue One is fantastic, and the slipcover for it is actually gorgeous. Yeah, loved Rogue One. I saw all of the new Star Wars films in IMAX. Every year, my dad would go down to an IMAX near us, and we would see the new Star Wars film in IMAX, and brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I love this film. I think it is absolutely brilliant. I rewatched it yesterday with Callum and Rise of Skywalker yesterday, but we'll get to that. And I love The Last Jedi. It is so fucking good. Yeah, the Canto Bight stuff doesn't work, but I just thoroughly enjoy it, and I loved some of the choices it makes. But yeah, like I said, don't shit on someone for their opinion. I love these. And this is where I start to kind of stop defending these, and that's Solo. I saw Solo in the cinema 4 times. I don't know why. I think it was because I wanted to show my dad 4DX. That's why I saw it the 4th time. And I was showing people because of the thing that happens at the end. But it is not bad. I actually quite enjoy this film, and I'm feeling quite ready to go back to it. So I've got the 4K now, so I'll probably check that out. But yeah, I don't hate it. And the last, The Rise of Skywalker. When I first saw this, I loved it. But I think I was caught up in the hype and everything, and this trilogy means so much to me that I just enjoyed it anyway. But upon rewatches and that, like, I like it less, but last night when I watched it with Callum, there's a lot of good shit in this. Like, there really is. And the main problem the sequel trilogy has is it's all just really inconsistent and incoherent. I'll go more into this later because I think me and Callum will be doing a musings for it. It might already be out, I don't know. But I'm gonna do one for it at some point. But yeah, it's actually not too bad. Now we're done with Star Wars. Now we have the Superman motion picture anthology. I'll be quite honest, I've seen none of these. I bought this because it's just nice to have if I ever do want them. And if I do watch them, I'll probably only watch them once because I just don't think they're for me in terms of when they were made. But yeah, it's still a really cool set. It comes with 8 discs, so that's nice. Childhood incoming. Stuart Little 2 is my favourite, but both Stuart Littles. I really like these films. They're my childhood. Yeah. Sherlock Holmes and Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows. Both brilliant films. Just so stylish, and Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law just work so well together. Excited for the 3rd one, which is coming out soon, I believe. Excuse me. Star Trek and Star Trek Into Darkness. I like both of these films. And Star Trek Beyond. I actually like them all, to be honest. I think they're all really fun. And none of them are bad in my opinion, so. Scary Movie Trilogy. I was going to trade these in, but I'm going to watch them with Callum, and I feel like we'll probably laugh at how shit they are, so. But I like the 4th one. Kind of. But I tried watching these a while ago and nearly died from cringe. So. Snow White and the Huntsman and the Huntsman Winter's War. Bought this for the girlfriend, still not watched it. Sin City, still not watched. No, I have watched it, but I barely remember anything of it. And Sin City 2, I've watched it, but I barely remember anything of it. This Is the End. Again, another film I associate with Callum that we watched around about when it first came out. Was really funny then, but I haven't watched it since, so I can't comment. The Shrek collection. Shrek 1 and 2 are childhood. I've not seen 3 or 4, but Callum was telling me about the premise of 4, and I was like, that's interesting. Why do people hate it? And he was like, I don't know. So I'm going to check that out again at some point. Snitch, again, another one of Dwayne Johnson's serious roles. It's actually pretty decent. Not as good as Faster, but still pretty decent. Salt with Angelina Jolie. I think I've seen this once, like ages ago, and again I picked it up because it was cheap. I don't know if I will watch this again anytime soon, but I probably will watch it again at some point. Selma, again, heard it's good, but not watched it. Simpsons movie. I think I picked this up because it was kind of like I'd seen it when I was younger, but I couldn't remember much of it, and then I just wanted to watch it again. Single Man, heartbreaking shit, really good film. Stronger, again, really good film. Same guy who directed the new Halloween trilogy, so do with that what you will. 7 Psychopaths, heard it's really good, still not watched it. Social Network, fucking fantastic Fincher film. Like I said, there's not many that aren't, but it's one of the best. And all of his are just top tier shit. Sunshine, it's okay. Searching, fucking incredible film. Not sure about the sequel though. Like, Shawshank Redemption, what can I say? It's the Shawshank. Like it seriously. Source Code, decent. Shutter Island, fucking brilliant. Again, a film I associate with Callum because it was one of the first like cinema films we watched together and just in general. Spencer, I really enjoyed this film. Missed out in the cinemas, but really, really good film. Stalker, I've seen it once, but I need to watch it again. So I'm not going to say anything about it, but I did enjoy it. Speed Racer, watched this with Callum a few months back. This film was a fucking acid trip, and I saw it again and see, actually, I need that. This film was fucking wild. It gave me and Callum a headache, but I'm sure if you did LSD, I don't know if you had a good time or not. Just be careful with that. Starship Troopers, I really like this film. It's fucking great. Yeah, really, really good film. Scoob, no, it's not good. Spring Breakers, heard really good things about it, but not watched it. Steve Jobs, fucking incredible film. Suburbicon, so fucking boring and such missed potential. Shame, really, really, really good film. I'm not gonna say much on that. Shot Caller, one I was interested in for a while and eventually did see it, and it's pretty good. SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water. I loved the SpongeBob SquarePants like movie, like the original. But I bought that because apparently it's quite good, but I've still not seen it yet. Scott Pilgrim, really good film, but don't love it as much as everyone else. The Sessions, really, really, really good film. Sad, but quite funny. Snatch, Guy Ritchie Snatch. What else do I have to say about this other than the cover is slipping out of the Blu-ray case? Yeah, it's really good. Not my favourite Ritchie, but you know, we all have our own personal tastes. Startup. This is one of the ones my cousin gave me, but I have actually watched this and it's really good. Slumdog Millionaire. I have not seen it, but I've heard it's good. Sonic 2, way better than the first one. I still need to get the 4K steelbook for that. 7, again, fucking brilliant Fincher film. I watched that with Callum again recently. Silver Linings Playbook, seen it once, but I can't quite remember how I felt about it, but I know it was positive, so I know I liked it somewhat. Straight Outta Compton, another one of the first like 100 Blu-rays I got. Fucking incredible film. Actually so good. Silence, had this for like 4 years and then I think I watched it last year. Really, really, really good. Snowpiercer, so happy this got a Blu-ray. Yeah, it's incredible. So good. Not seen the show and I don't really want to. Stan and Ollie, one of the this is just so good. This is so well done. Watch this if you haven't. It's brilliant. Southpaw, really underrated boxing film with Jake Gyllenhaal. Really depressing, but also like a really good comeback story. Snakes on a Plane. Fun. SWAT, a film I saw on TV with my dad and really enjoyed it. Saw it in CX, picked it up, thought it was really good. Not really good, fun, sorry. Slipknot, Day of the Guasano, I believe you pronounce it, live. I love Slipknot, so, you know, I kind of like to pick up the concert DVD for it, so. DVD, Blu-ray, God. Sweeney, I don't know why I picked this up. I think because I kind of thought it looked kind of fun, and I've not watched it yet. Safe, I've had this Blu-ray for like nearly 8 years and I've still not watched it, and I don't plan on watching it anytime soon. Got that from Poundland. Spotlight, really, 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 really good film. Sausage Party, this film's fucked up. Goes a bit too far in my opinion. Me and Callum watched it again recently and it's just a bit like, Jesus Christ. Stretch, actually quite a fun action comedy with Patrick Wilson. Seven Samurai, classic. And Super 8, quite good. And that's the S's. Taken, fantastic film. Taken 2, it's okay. Taken 3 is horrible, although the fence scene is a classic. So bad. Ted, it's okay. Ted 2, again, it's okay. Inoffensive. Well, I say inoffensive, but like, not great, not terrible. Transporter, actually quite fun. Same with the Transporter 2 and 3. They're both actually really fun. I enjoy all the Transporter films. So, well, apart from this one I've not seen, but apparently it's really not good. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Out the Shadows. This one's shit. This one's actually quite fun. The Terminator films, Terminator 1 to 4, Genesis, or Genesis, and Dark Fate. Terminator 1 is a classic, Terminator 2 is a classic. I enjoy Terminator 3. I actually really like Terminator Salvation. Genesis is shit, and Dark Fate is not great. I rewatched Dark Fate again recently, and it's... saw that in cinemas and just... boring. 3 Billboards, absolutely fantastic. Martin McDonagh. Trolls, Girlfriend, actually quite liked it at the time, although I don't know if I would now. Tomb Raider with Alicia Vikander, decent. Saw that in cinema as well. Trainspotting, classic. Tyrannosaur, really good film, but some touchy subjects in that one. Tango and Cash, I already talked about this. I just realised that I have 2 copies of this, so I'm going to put that to the side, and I will put it in the pile of sell later when it's worth something. Take Shelter, interested in it for like 10 years, and then when I did see it I thought it was fine. Taxi Driver, first time I saw it I thought it was fine. Rewatched it again with Callum, starting to like it a lot more now. Trumbo, not watched it, but it's got Bryan Cranston, so I'm curious. One of my favourite comedies, and me and Callum's favourite comedies of all time too, American World Police. This film is fucking hilarious, and we both love it. It is so funny. The Blu-ray's rare, and classic. We'll never get something like that again. Excuse me. Threads. Horrifying look at what a post-nuclear Britain could be. Really good. Transcendence. 12 Monkeys. Heard it's really great, but again, not seen it. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Watched the first half an hour like ages ago, but stopped for some reason and just haven't got back to it. Total Recall remake. Total remake. It's okay. The Take. The actors are the best part about this, and the rest is just True Grit, not watched it, heard it's good. The Trust, kind of boring, but Nicolas Cage and Elijah Wood make it bearable. Talladega Nights I watched like an hour of with my friends and found it quite funny, so I've still yet to go back and watch that. Tropic Thunder is good. Taking of Pelham 123, quite a decent kidnap kind of hostage situation film. Training Day, not seen it. Tintin, I've heard so much about it that I just decided to pick it up because it was cheap. Turbo, shut up, I actually think it's okay. And very topical, James Cameron's Titanic. I find this film to be a bit too long, but it is good. And the only version available was the big chunky 3D version, so. And that's the tease. So now for the U's. We've Upgrade, absolutely fantastic film. This is a Nordic import. I really want to get the second sight at some point, but fantastic film. Is that Lee Winnell? Am I dumb? Is that Lee Winnell? It is Lee Winnell, yeah. Absolutely fantastic. Unhinged, this was a lockdown film. It's okay. I watched this with Callum. It's fine. Uncharted, I've still not seen it, but I've heard it's decent. Usual Suspects, watched this recently. Knowing the twist kind of takes a lot out of the film for me, but it's still pretty good. The Underworld films, bought these recently because I'd heard so much about them in terms of like how the fuck did they get 5 films, but looking forward to checking these out at some point. And that's the U's. Victor Frankenstein, really enjoyed this film until the end. Valkyrie, I've seen this ages ago, but it is really good. Sorry, I'm just trying to arrange the shit. The Voices, it's okay. Vice, not seen it, but I do want to see it. And I didn't realise it had a black case, actually, that's kind of cool. And that's the V's. Where the Wild Things Are, heard it's really good, but not seen it. It's a Wonderful Life, again, heard it's really great, but not seen it. The Wrestler, really good film. Welcome to the Punch, It's okay. Watchmen, the theatrical cut, it's good. Director's cut, it's good. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it is good. Wolf of Wall Street, absolutely fantastic. Wildcard, shite. That's not shite, it's just really not that great. Warcraft, the beginning, better than I thought it would be, but not great. We watched that recently with Cam as well. We're the Millers, never seen it, but do want to watch it. War of the Worlds, we watched this recently. This is actually really good. The Walk, really good. Walk on the Tombstone, seen it once, quite disturbing, but decent. Why Him? It's okay. Wizard of Oz, I don't like the Wizard of Oz, but this is my mum's, so, and my girlfriend's. Walk the Line, one of my favourite musical biopics ever made. Absolutely fantastic. White House Down, never seen it, but this came out the same month as Olympus Has Fallen. Wanted, stupid fun. Whiplash, incredible film. And that's the W's. X-Men Origins Wolverine and the Wolverine. These are the only ones you can't get on 4K right now. I actually really like the Wolverine. X-Men Origins is not great. Then we have all 3 Triple X movies. Watched these with my dad. Well, I watched the first one with my dad and I really liked it, but the second one just came in the pack anyway. And the third I've heard shit, but I just got it for cheap. And that's the X's. Yesterday, not as good as it could have been, but it's okay. Yardi, Idris Elba's directorial debut. It's actually pretty decent. Saw that twice in cinemas. You Were Never Really Here. I only seen it once, but I really, really liked it, and I saw it in the cinemas. You Don't Mess With Zohan, another Adam Sandler film that I just think is so fucking ridiculous that I find it so funny. And that's the Y's. Okay, now on to the final letter, Z's. Zero Dark 30, really great film. Zathura, Callum showed me this and I bought myself a copy instantly after. It's fucking great. And my personal favourite Fincher, Zodiac. Okay, so that is all of my movie Blu-rays. So I'm going to go and put these away and then I'll be back with my TV shows for the last section. Okay, now for the final segment of this video. Just for your context, I've been going for seven hours now. Started at 2:30 and it's now 20 to 9. So this will be my TV series and my mini shows as well. My mini series. So it'll be in alphabetical order again, but I'm not going to chapter these because there's not enough to be worth it. So let's just get into it. So first we have 11/22/63. I've not seen it yet, but I've really wanted to watch it for quite a while. Ash vs Evil Dead. Cancelled too soon. I only recently watched all of these and this set's out of print, but fucking brilliant show. Really, really good. Arrow 1 to 6. I've only watched up to season 4 and I've seen all season 4, but yeah, Callum really likes Arrow. I love season 1 and 2. Season 3 is pretty good. Season 4 is shite. But apparently it does get better, worse, better, worse. But apparently it does end solidly. So I do plan on going through this at some point and getting the other series because there's not a complete box set over here for some fucking stupid reason. Banshee. Heard about this show. Well, it's actually just because what's his name? Anthony Starr is in it. This is what he did before he did Homelander, and I've watched the first season and it's fucking brilliant. And I really look forward to getting into the rest of this. Yeah. Band of Brothers. I only just recently watched this again. Fucking incredible. Absolutely brilliant. Breaking Bad. I mean, what do you mean? What do you want to say? It's Breaking Bad. It's one of the best shows I've made. It's fucking brilliant. I love this show. It is incredible. Still not watched Better Call Saul yet. Gonna pick that box up at some point. Chernobyl, one of my favourite miniseries of all time. Absolutely brilliant. If you've not seen this, check it out. It is horrifying and just so interesting. Doctor Who, the first series. The Doctor Who is my childhood. Love the first series. I only have the series that I actually love. Series 1's great. Obviously I have Series 2 because David Tennant is my favourite Doctor. Series 2 is great as well. Series 3 is great as well. Series 4 is my favourite. The specials and the Day of the Doctor. don't have any more Doctor Who because it's not I don't like any of the other ones. It's just I was never really into it. After David Tennant left, I kind of checked out a little bit. So, and then we have one that's been long overdue for a Blu-ray release here, like as a complete set, and that's Dexter. I got this new set that came out in September. I'm so happy to have this. This also has New Blood in it as well, and I'm so happy to have this now because you could get the Blu-rays, but they were out of print and they were so expensive on their own. But when I saw it was actually getting a Blu-ray, I was like, holy shit, yeah. But I won't lie, the design is pretty shit. But I am just happy to have it, to be fair. And it's a fantastic show. I've not seen New Blood, but I've seen Dexter, and it's brilliant. Deadwood. I've watched the first season of Deadwood. It's fucking fantastic. I haven't seen the rest of it, but I'm excited to watch more. And Doom Patrol Season 1 and 2. You have seen this in my pickups video. Really looking forward to getting into these. And it was a 2 for $15 or $15.99 each, so I thought, fuck it, I'll pick these up. Although Season 3 doesn't seem to be getting a Blu-ray, so that kind of sucks. The complete set of Friends. I only actually got this recently because my girlfriend loves Friends, and I've seen like a lot of Friends on TV, but I never know what order it's in and blah 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 blah. But I finally bit the bullet in CEX, and it was only like 30 quid for this, and everything's there. So I do find it funny, and I'm looking forward to getting into it at some point. Now for our mini-series, Generation Kill. Really, really good mini-series about the initial invasion of Iraq. And how the soldiers were just questioning every move that their command made, and it's really, really good. Check that out if you haven't. Now for a controversial one that went from being the best show in the world to being universally hated in its last season. Game of Thrones. I love this show. I've even come to terms with season 8, and I don't hate it. I don't. I rewatched it all when I got the set like a year ago or 2 years ago. And I don't actually hate it. I don't. And I'm actually really looking forward to eventually getting it in 4K and checking that out. Because apparently it looks absolutely gorgeous. But no, this is a really nice set, and I don't hate Game of Thrones. It may piss you off to hear that, but I don't. I really don't. Like, 90% of it is good. Just, like, it's just so weird how much a bad last season can kill the conversation. Because I've had no one talk about it since the finale aired, so. Next up is House MD. This show is awesome. This is one of the first like big shows that I binged alongside Dexter, and I just love the way that box set looks. It's lovely. Fantastic show. I think my video of my favourite films, no it won't be because this will be going up sooner, so this will be the one upload for the week in terms of, what's it called? Since such a big video, I'm just going to make this the one upload for that week in terms of like this movie stuff, but you'll still get your gaming stuff. But yeah, love this show to bits. It's absolutely fantastic. Hannibal Season 1 and 2. I should have Season 3, but I stopped being friends with someone and forgot to get it back off them, so I just left it. So I'll probably end up just rebuying the complete set because it's actually cheaper to do that. But this show is fucking brilliant. If you've not seen Hannibal, check it out. It's fantastic. Although you will be left hanging a bit dry by the end because they cancelled it. But it is just brilliant. Mads Mikkelsen is so good. Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor. I watched Hill House, I think it was last year. One of the best miniseries I've ever seen. It's incredible. And Midnight Mass I watched last year as well. It's really good. That's not getting a Blu-ray though. Bly Manor I've not seen yet. That's why I kind of wanted to buy this because this went out of print for a little bit, then it came back, and it's HMV exclusive. So, but I am looking forward to watching Bly Manor soon. So, yeah, Mike Flanagan, The Boy, and then we have House of Cards Season 1 to 3, Season 4, and Season 5. It's kind of insane to me how cheap these go for now just because of what's happened with Kevin Spacey. Because me and my girlfriend got through, I think it was nearly all the way through to Season 4, and it's so good. Like, and that's why I don't have Season 6, because apparently it's shite, but this cost me £5. This cost me £4. I got this from Calvin for free. This shit goes for so cheap now, it's actually quite insane. But it's actually a really good show. Like, that's the shitty part. It's a really good show that got fucked in its last season because of that. So now for another one of my favourite shows that I only watched last year, Justified. This is fucking badass shit right here. If you've not seen Justified, watch it. It is so slick. And we're getting another series set in the future. Not in the future, like... Well, in the future, but not like space kind of thing. Like a couple of years into the future with Raylan Givens. Just absolutely fantastic. Lines on Duty. I've seen the first 2 seasons. They were quite good. But I need to go back and watch the rest of it. I know it shits the bed at the end, but it's apparently still really good up until then, so looking forward to get back into that. Luther's fucking brilliant. We'll get that movie eventually, although I think they filmed it, so but I don't have season 5 yet. I still need to get that. But Luther is just absolutely fucking fantastic. Idris Elba is so good. Fantastic show. Next up, we have Mad Men. I only actually watched this show last year, and it is bloody fantastic. This set is out of print now, so I had to pay a little bit more for it, but it comes with all the seasons. And yeah, just a fantastic show. If you've not seen it, it's brilliant. I didn't think I would like it, and I ended up loving it. So it's actually one of my favourite shows of all time. We have Narcos season 1 to 3. When I bought this, I was under the illusion that it was a fat box, but it's just one box. I watched the first 2 episodes on Netflix and really, really liked it. So I bought the series, and guess what? I've still not watched it yet. Peacemaker, such a great show. No bloat, no filler, all killer. It is fantastic. If you've not seen Peacemaker, if you love John Cena's character in Suicide Squad, you're going to love Peacemaker, because he's just dialed up to 11 in this. So fucking good. So excited for season 2. The Pacific, it's the companion series to Band of Brothers. Nowhere near as good as Band of Brothers, but still pretty good. Another series that I only just watched last year, and then finally got a Blu-ray release over here, The Shield. This is fantastic. This was the creator of Sons of Anarchy's first show, as far as I know, and it's fucking brilliant. Check this out again with the big chungo boxes. Piss off, but it's brilliant. Sherlock. I said that earlier, but Sherlock season 1 to 4, probably everything. Sherlock's awesome. Yeah, it has its ups and downs, but I enjoy all of it, and Benedict Cumberbatch is just brilliant. Yeah, probably won't get any more of this, but I'm glad that we actually got this much. So bought that in lockdown and watched through all of it with my girlfriend. So my favourite show of all time, Sons of Anarchy. I love this show to bits. Yeah, it's just fantastic. I don't really know what else to say about it, but it's just bloody brilliant. If you've not seen Sons of Anarchy, watch it. It's incredible. Swamp Thing, severely underrated show that got cancelled after 1 season. The makeup effects in this are incredible, and I'm really sad that we're not going to get any more of it. But next up, we have the show that Callum introduced me to, and when we first started hanging out, and what a show. The Clone Wars. This is incredible. This was out of print for the longest time, and it was worth way too much because of Disney Plus, but the prices seems to have dropped since then. But such a good show, and I'm pissed off we'll never get a Blu-ray for season 7. I've still to get the lost episodes on Blu-ray, but such an incredible show. Genuinely, I'm so happy to have that. Then we have its sequel series, Star Wars Rebels, seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4. I watched season 1 and 2 on DVD, then bought season 3. No, watched season 1 and 2 on DVD. Watched season 3 as it aired, and I've still not seen season 4. But I'm happy to have all of them as well. So, and the first 3 seasons are incredible. Season 2 finale is so good. Now I'm gonna go have a little rant with this next set. It's The Sopranos. What is this packaging? This is the flimsiest shit I've ever... Look at that. That's the flimsiest shit I've ever seen. It's genuinely atrocious. And they're doing this with their new Sons of Anarchy sets as well. And stop. And it's tall. This is a horrible set. Genuinely. It's The Sopranos, by the way. I should have said that. My dad loves this show. He's watched it like 8 times. and I wanted to get into it. I got it for Christmas. I've watched the first series, stopped, forgotten where I am, and it's one of those things where I'm just waiting until I remember nothing and I'll go back and watch it all properly. But I hate that packaging and it pisses me off. And now for another big chungus. The Supernatural complete set. Now I had season 1 to 10 and I'd watched season 1 to 10 before, but then I met my girlfriend and I showed her like the first couple seasons and she really liked it. So then we're away on a trip and I put the money down for this. It was like 150 quid. But yeah, I'm just so happy to have it all in one set. And I've seen season 1 to 10 twice now, and we still need to get back and continue it. But it's been a while, but I do want to finish it this time. So, but yeah, love this set. It's so fucking cool. I do love a big chungo set. So next up is season 1 and season 3 of True Detective. I recently watched season 1 of True Detective for the first time, and it's fucking incredible. It's some of the best TV I've ever seen. I've seen season 2. It's not great. And then I bought season 3 and I got 3 episodes in and I've just stopped. I have so much shit I need to do, but eventually I'll get around to it. But it's been really good so far. It's been a return to form from season 2, because season 2 was really good, but then it just didn't really go anywhere. So, but yeah, True Detective. Terminator: Sarah Connor Chronicles. I watched the first couple episodes of this and liked it, but again stopped and never went back to it. But I will at some point. I will, or so I say I will. And the more mature series, Torchwood. I've actually watched all of this. Bought this like a couple of years back. And, sorry, I'm just having a look for myself. Bought this a couple of years back, in 2019 I believe. Watched all of it, because I hadn't actually seen all of it before. I'd seen like episodes here and there, but yeah, really, really good show apart from Miracle Day. Yeah, fantastic show. Next up, we have season 1 to 5 of The Walking Dead. Now, season 1 to 5 of The Walking Dead is absolutely fantastic. I stopped watching after season 6 because I just got bored. But season 1, but they're all just, those first initial seasons are so good, and it's just ended now, although they dragged it out like a motherfucker. So I am looking forward to seeing. So if they do release a complete Blu-ray set, I might buy it because I am curious, but that's the thing, you can get the earlier seasons so cheap. Like this season 1 to 4 is like £10 now, and season 1 to 7 is like 20, and it's insane. So I'm hoping they release a complete set, and I might just get that and trade these in. But season 1 to 5 of The Walking Dead is so good. Even season 6 is good, and I've heard it gets better again, but I don't have the patience right now. Next is season 1 of Westworld, and now I just have no need to try and get them all because, well, it's been cancelled sadly. But I watched the first couple episodes of this years ago and quite liked it, and saw it in CEX for £8, so I'm looking forward to going back and watching it. So watching the whole thing. So, and Callum said that it could be like quite a separate thing to everything else. So The Wire. The Wire, I watched the first couple episodes and really liked it, and guess what? Yet again, I haven't gone back to it. But I will, because it's apparently fantastic, and my boy is in it eventually, you know, Idris Elba, so, pardon me. So yeah, look forward to watching that eventually. Wolf Creek season 1 and 2. Seen Wolf Creek season 1, it was decent. Haven't seen season 2 yet. Yeah. And one of the best miniseries I've ever seen, Watchmen. Absolutely fantastic. I love this series so much, and this packaging design is just absolutely gorgeous. Our last Blu-ray set is the complete X-Files collector's set. Now, I did do a little bit of custom jiggery, and hang on. I did a bit of custom jiggery, and there's this thing missing because I'm watching it, but I did a little bit of rejiggery and put the I Want to Believe film in a thinner case, so it fits in here with the other film. So this has all 1 to 9 seasons with both films, because the other space is meant for season 10 and 11, but I didn't like that. I liked having all of that era there. And then I also do have the sequel series as well. So like I said, I've not watched it all. I've watched up to season 4.5, so, and I'm really enjoying it. But that's the problem. I don't have a lot of patience for shows that have a lot of filler episodes, like 24 episode seasons. So I used to, but not anymore. But yes, that is my entire Blu-ray collection. Holy shit, that took so long. I think I've been here for 8 hours. And this took way longer than I thought it would. But yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this video if you've made it this far. I love you. Holy shit. I don't actually know how long this is going to come out to. Probably like 3, maybe 4 hours, but we'll see. So I'm going to go and edit this now. Thank you so much for watching. As I said, if you did enjoy this, leave a like, drop a comment, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. I've been Mr. Mayhem, and I will catch you next time. Merry Christmas. Cheers.